Hello, hello.
Yeah, we're good. Nice one.
Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're all good. First listening in, it's Charlie Wilson here on commentary with Jay Robinson.
Hello.
And Mikey Gray.
Evening. Afternoon, rather.
We've got a very intriguing game on today for Scunthorpe Alphas against the Yorkshire Rams here at Quibble Park. The Alphas coming off the back of some... I've just seen a lovely stream of our game on Jamie Sill's TV. Shout out Jamie Sill. We miss you, buddy. Like I was saying, a big game today at Quibble Park against two of the stronger teams in the league who are yet to play one another. Scunthorpe Alphas against the Yorkshire Rams. Big test for the Alphas today, guys. It will, I think we'll know a lot about this team after full time. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think this is going to be the game to test the Alphas. Obviously, the first game of the season was Northumberland away, which and the Alphas were in the game until the fourth quarter. Scores between the Vikings, the Rams, and Alphas have been kind of similar so far. So I think this is the day that the Alphas will be tested.
And we've got a change at quarterback today as well. Andy Bagnall out for this season after having surgery. And we're going to see Joe Canseco, usual linebacker / safety, in at quarterback. Big day for him. We've got a load of talented players on offense, wide receivers, offensive line, running backs. So it'll be well supported. Here we've got the starters here with Joe Canseco, quarterback, like just mentioned. His first start at quarterback since he was played back in Mexico. Offensive line stays the same with Jacob Brown, should I say, Joe Bradley, Martin Brearley, George Fear.
Yeah.
I said Martin Fear last time. Apologies, George. Dan Hickson at right tackle, Jack Patterson at the running back, and the wide receivers, Mike Sison. Tom Cooman plays with Lewis Truman, who remains out on the sidelines. I can see him now, his big, look at them muscles right there. I mean, what a man. We'll miss him on the field, though. And the other wide receiver, we've got Ryan Wakeling, who leads the league in touchdowns with 11.
Best receiver in the league.
Best receivers in the league, no doubt.
In the world.
And my guy, A-Dub, Adam Woodall at the Z. As we see, back onto the defence now. We've got Steve Sowerby, who's moved outside the defensive end today. Interior of Cam Belk and Loz Lowish, and Jack Marshall at the edge alongside Steve. Inside linebackers, Carden Smith and Nick Tomaszewski. And defensive backs of
Eli
Roberts, Cal Deans, Gaz Hughes, Davidas Mikulis, and Sean Bedford. I was thinking, man, Hughes, who's that? Roberts. It's Eli, isn't it?
Two Leeds Carnegie defensive backs starting with the Alphas today.
You love to see it. Love to see it. As we can see, if we can get back onto the screen right now, we're having the toss. And Scunthorpe Alphas have won the toss and have correctly deferred. They'll get the ball to start the second half. Rams will start in around 5 minutes. And we've been helped out today with these with Tannoy on. Referees are mic'd up.
Are they?
Yes, I believe.
That's amazing.
Is that Dan Chandler there? It's not, is it?
I'm not sure.
Excuse me. No, it's not. Hay fever. Lovely. Love to hear it. Around 5 minutes to go till kickoff. The players just huddling up now. Gaz Hughes leading the speech. Defensive leader. Both teams now getting back to the sideline, getting ready for the game to begin. Just mention again, I'm on with Jay Robinson once again. We've been joined by Mikey Gray on comms. We'll be here throughout the afternoon on a pretty warm Scunthorpe. It is a bit cloudy and a bit windy.
A change for Scunthorpe.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's
a nice change.
I'd like if it was sunny, Jay, but it's not terrible, is it?
No, it's better than raining.
It's better than rain. Alpha's preparing to kick off. It will be Ryan Wakeling kicking the ball today in place of Andy Bagnall, the quarterback, who is out for the season.
Yeah, it's a shame that Mr. Bagnall is missing today. He was actually going to coin this during the game, but yeah, both quarterbacks, had Bagnall been playing, would have both been teammates of mine back in the 2015 season. So I'd love to see a Taylor and Bagnall pair up, but fortunately these things happen.
Yeah, and obviously both coached by our offensive coordinator, Nicholas Bagnall, and his brother. So interesting to see how the Rams quarterback gets on today against the Alphas, should I say. Very strong defensive unit. Missing a few guys today, missing Callum Cross at safety, missing Pete Briscoe at cornerback. But still a very strong looking Alphas defensive unit. As we prepare for kickoff, it will be Ryan Wakeling preparing to boot the ball away. 6 guys to the right, 4 to the left on the short field. 2 returners for the Rams. It goes long by Wakeling. It's a good kick. It will go for a touchback. And here we go.
It's your new catchphrase.
I'll have a few new catchphrases today, but I'll just pop up out of nowhere. It's my style, you know what I mean?
Some more great burger chat.
I mean, for those who heard me on commentary last time raving about the burgers, I mean, they're here
back
today.
again.
They're back again, and I mean, it's just such a treat to have. We'll be taking advantage of that at half-time. But as we move on to the game now, first play of the game, we see Rams in spread. Looks like man-to-man defense. And that's the first play of the game, is a sack! Right through the middle. We're quite far away, so I'm not sure who that was, but it took the quarterback down within seconds, guys.
May have been Jack Marshall on the edge.
Was it Jack Marshall on the edge?
Yeah, Marshall showing again how tenacious he is from the edge.
Beautiful. I mean, it looked to me like he got down the middle, but he must have got inside, and he got the quarterback down within seconds. What a beautiful get-off that was. Number 99, Jack Marshall, I see you, baby. Has that guy over there got a New York Jets Justin Fields jersey?
Very optimistic ahead of the draft.
Very confused. We'll talk about it in a minute. As we see, an end around for the Rams. And a big hit by Davidas. Punishing the running back who tried to jump outside.
Yeah, Davidas this season, he's taken to play defence. Obviously, he's a wide receiver, well-known wide receiver in brick ball. But yeah, very successful transition over to defence this season.
Yeah, you've known him for a long time, Mikey. I mean, he's always been a wide receiver, but I mean, the plays making on defence. I mean, he jumps off the screen every time you watch him.
Yeah, he's multi-role. He's got the ability to play D-end, linebacker. He's a very good cornerback. But obviously, he's always been a standout receiver. And obviously, he confided me over the off-season and said he was going to play D, and it's been successful so far.
Number 6 for the Alphas today, as we see a pass from a quarterback is offline, bounced off the receiver's hands. I believe that's Davidas, the man we're talking about, in coverage. And that will be 4th down. Is it? 4th down, yeah. And we'll see the Rams come out in punt formation.
Mike
Sison. See number 7, Mike Sison, who returned a beauty last game, Jay. That return for a touchdown.
He had a great game overall. I believe offensive MVP.
I think he was. I think he was, yeah.
I believe Sison's playing against his former team here. I can seem to remember him playing for the Rams maybe sort of 5 or 6 years ago.
Good player. Glad to have him on the team. Played against him a few times myself.
Nice.
Punt just gets away. It was a high snap, correctly called by my colleague Jay. Sison will leave it to go out around the 35. Not a bad punt at all, really. To say where they was.
Got a good bounce.
And we'll see Alpha's offense come out as Ryan Wakeling gets a pat on the head. Yeah, let's talk about that, Jay. That guy is wearing a New York Jets Justin Fields jersey. For those who don't know, Justin Fields plays for the Bears.
Maybe his name is something Fields.
Or maybe, because the Jets did have a high pick in that draft, he bought the jersey early.
Very optimistically.
A very optimistic fan here. Might ask him at halftime. But anyway, here we see Alphas on offense. We see Joe Canseco at quarterback with Jack Patterson in the backfield. It's going to be a run.
QB keeper.
Oh, Oh, Joe will flip it.
Risky.
A very dangerous play. But it is caught by Jack Patterson. I mean, that was a risky play, guys. It worked, though. We'll take it. A bit of a... Not much of a gain or hold if I get back to a line of scrimmage. But anyway...
Looked like a slightly broken play there.
It did, yeah. But we move. We'll see what the Alphas have got in store.
Trips to the left for the Alphas.
We see trips. Adam Woodall.
Coombe, Woodall and Sison.
Yep.
Wakeling on his own. That's always dangerous.
That should be a false start. It should be a broken play, sorry. Throw it away, Joey. He keeps going, he keeps running, he keeps running. He keeps running. I think he got the first down, yeah. So
people Canseco there with the wheels.
It will be. It was a free play. I believe the defence jumped off sides. Alphas could have taken a chance there, guys, to throw it downfield, but Joe opted to run, which he's done 2 plays in a row now to start the game.
That is so cool. That is very cool.
I mean, listen, guys.
What other teams in Britball has the referees mic'd up?
Referees are
Like it's in
mic'd
the
up.
NFL.
You've got 3 commentators who...
And we've got burgers.
We've got burgers. We're bringing you fun. We're bringing you a great game. What more can you want? Jump
Trips
in the stream.
left again.
As we see, the same formation here for the Alphas. Tries to draw him off sides. Mike Sison into motion. Joe looks to pass to right. He does throw to Sison. Sison makes one man miss. Picks up the first down.
Looks like a first down to me.
And that will move the chains. It's a lovely little play design there to get Mike Sison open. Comes over in motion, gets a first down, Mike.
Yeah, the Alphas offensive line dominating there again. Obviously, Martin Briley in the middle, as ever, on top of form.
Here we have Mikey throws. I don't know Mikey Gray. Bit of a legend in Britball, played for a few teams himself. A very, very good offensive lineman. So good to have him sharing his thoughts with us today.
I'll take that as a compliment, mate. Happy with that.
Much deserved, mate. As we see, Alphas coming out now in spread, what it looks like.
2 backs.
2 backs, yeah, good shout it is.
Wakeling on his own again on the right-hand side. Only one.
It will be a run to Jack Patterson. Some tough running there from Jay Peasy.
A solid gain.
It's a very good gain on what looks
Was that on 4th down?
That's a first down. Did we not move the chains?
Well, they have now.
I mean, it looked like a first down from where we was, but we'll give him a first down now. Move the chains. Already.
I think that was 3rd down because they would have given the free play back from the offside.
Yeah, got you. That makes sense. Let's see the Alphas on around the 47-yard line.
Spread now.
Yeah, we see spread Jack Patterson in at receiver, Dan Coombe at running back.
TikTok Dan.
It will. Oh, Joe fakes a throw and does throw. Throws it out of bounds. Looks like to be a miscommunication there. Joe wanted to throw, but then sort of pump faked, didn't he?
Yeah, there's clearly something went wrong there, but a good decision by Joe to throw it away. As Mike Sison comes back on the field.
We have seen Joe running the ball with the ball out. I'm a little bit worried about someone punching it out, but I trust him not to turn the ball out.
I trust Joe.
Incredible football player.
A Mexico under 21s international,
Is that right? He's a bit like David, just a great football player.
Yeah, also a Sealand international, I think, Canseco as well.
As we see, Joe will pass now to Jack Patterson, who makes one man miss. Goes through again, makes 2 man miss. Still going. And he will get much more than a first time. We'll take that.
Yeah, great running from Patterson there.
A beautiful screenplay. It was looked like a little bit of off platform from a throw from Joe, but it gets the job done, Jay.
Nice block as well by Adam Woodall in the open field.
A-Dub's blocking has come on leaps and bounds. He's always been a good blocker, but this season he's been, whenever I'm watching,
Very strong man.
Beautiful, yeah. Number 8, an unsung hero for the Alphas. Beautiful little route runner as well.
Spread.
As we see, the
Patterson
Alphas
in the backfield.
in spread.
Single coverage on Ryan.
Mike Sison will go to motion again. And it looks the same play again. We've seen my play before. One-hand catch by Mike Sison. Woo-hoo-hoo! I mean, Mike Tyson lifts his arm out there, corrals it in. It's a beautiful catch and a beautiful play.
And a first down as well for the Alphas.
We've seen that play twice now. Mike Tyson comes in from the left side onto the right, wide open. He just is. He's fast, but he's so twitchy and quick.
He's very agile, man.
Very agile, yeah. Beautiful balance, and the catch was just a beautiful, beautiful play. Love to see it from Mike Tyson.
Trips to the right now for the Alphas. First time they've done that on the short field as well.
On an impressive first drive for new quarterback Joe Canseco. And it will be a run. It'll go back to the middle. It makes one miss, and that will be
first down.
A first down, very close to a touchdown. Joe Canseco goes left, sort of across the field, goes back to right into the middle, which could have been dangerous, but you get the job done once again.
He's confident in his own ability, clearly.
Yeah.
As a runner in the open field.
I mean, he didn't look on his blind side. Anyone could have been coming, but he's so confident in his abilities, Mikey.
Yeah, such a pick-up, Canseco. Obviously transferring from Doncaster Mustangs over 18 months ago. But, yeah, as you can see, linebacker naturally, but picking up from his quarterback days in Mexico.
When Mikey first joined the Alphas, guys, I was playing linebacker, and all I was told was, there's this new guy here from Mexico who's coming to play for us. Like, can you tell him, what we're doing? So I thought, he doesn't know football. So I was telling him what cover 3 was. He's been playing the game for 20 years. And he's like, yeah, I know what cover 3 is, mate. No one gave me a heads up, you know what I mean? I like a right idiot.
Time out for the Alphas. Yeah. First of the half.
Very close to, what we have, the 10-yard line? 5-yard line?
Yeah.
Around the 10.
Yeah, around the 10.
As you can see, obviously, when the Alphas get moving, they move. Absolutely,
yeah. It's obviously a very different offense in with Joe at quarterback, guys, but it's been exciting, hasn't it? We've seen a lot of motion, a lot of these plays where Tyson coming across for play. We've not seen any throws of Ryan Wakeling as of yet.
Clearly an offence that is not just reliant on Ryan Wakeling, contrary to the belief of the Humber Warhawks players who believe we are just Ryan Wakeling, which is clearly not true.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're talking about. They can enjoy Division 2.
Who's that?
The Humber Warhawks.
Okay.
He's saying that we're just Ryan Wakeling.
Well, Ryan Wakeling was Lincolnshire Bomber last season, so he was on the opposition, so, yep.
Yeah, and we beat them then as well without Ryan Wakeling, so. We'll get back to this game anyway. As we see, Mike Tyson in motion again. Takes the snap on the run, makes one miss, and a good tackle there from, I believe that's a free safety number 23.
Yeah, just short up from the Alphas there. We go to second down.
He's a good. I went to the Rams game against the Vikings. I have to say, the free safety number 23 is a good player. For Matt's number 34, middle linebacker.
Number 23, Tyler Broad.
Tyler Broad,
captain of the team, plays both ways.
Yeah, good player. I saw him against the Vikings, as I say.
Shout out to Jamie Sill as well. The second shout he's got, who loved my comment about the Warhawks, as he was the one who was told about it.
Let's go, Silly. Miss you, buddy. As you see, the Alphas are very close to the goal line here. Will be a throw by Joe. One coming though. He makes one miss, makes two miss, and he will get there. And that will be. No, he won't. It's not a touchdown.
Looked like he slipped.
It did look like he slipped, didn't it? I thought he was diving into the end zone. But if you can't tell, we are quite far away from the other goal line here. So apologies if we think it's a touchdown and it's not.
Yeah, I think obviously the Rams need to be more wary of Canseco. Obviously, he is good on running the ball. So here we go again. Third down.
Is that a sneak? Looks like a sneak by Joe Canseco. And it is a touchdown!
Canseco.
On the QB sneak by Canseco. Pulls out the LeBron James celebration. Boom, 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 boom. Joe Canseco into the end zone. Touchdown Alphas.
And Jacob Brown's famous Aussie Rules football celebration to signify the touchdown, which we love to see.
I'm not sure what that's all about, but...
Yeah, wrong sport, mate.
A beautiful first drive for the Alphas. They get 6. And as we see there, looks like they're kicking it here. Yeah, it will be Ryan Wakeling to kick the extra point. On a great start for the Alphas. A real statement there, driving down the field. Let's see if we can attack on one more for 7. Ryan Wakeling to kick. Will go through, and that is a 7-0 lead for the Alphas. idea.
There's no one in there. Or is it this that we can do?
There's referees.
Oh.
Yeah, referees, yeah.
They've got mics.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay. You can't do something like that.
Yeah, good start from the Alphas. Obviously, here we go again. Special teams, something that I managed to avoid over my entire playing career, albeit for one little spell in Montpellier for Sealand last year, which didn't go too well.
I mean, playing in Montpellier is a flex on its own, but you know what I mean. Special teams, it's an important part of phase of the game. It's where you can win and lose games, give up soppy points. We'll see if the Alphas hopefully try and kick it out for a touchback here. I think that's their aim for the game rather than for them to return it. As we've seen, Wakeling has got a reliable right foot. We've seen Jacob Brown at left tackle has already had 3 pancakes on a first drive on
Number 90.
Rams number 90, which is a bit of a tough scene.
Poor guy.
But Jacob Brown, another one of those players who's from Scunthorpe and joined 2 years ago and just been a great left tackle.
Yeah, Jake Brown, I've got nothing but good words to say about him, really. Again, another rookie that's come through the academy, Scunthorpe.
That's a big hit by Nick. Gets loose, but a few Alphas will corral him and Max gets thrown down to the floor. And you can see there's one sideline, they're a lot louder than the other guys. Did see this at the Rams-Vikings game. It did get a bit quiet on the sideline after going 7-0 down, but you can't do it against the Alphas because the offence will keep coming. But we'll have to see what the quarterback can do for the Rams on this drive.
Yeah, number 13, Taylor Umland, is an American quarterback from Iowa, former teammate of mine at the Bombers, 2015 season. Very accomplished at Rams, went over to Rams, I think he had a spell at the Mustangs and now he's back again, but very dependable, a good quarterback and somebody obviously the Alphas are going to have to watch out for today.
He certainly can throw, he's got a good arm on him, and you think that they'll be testing our cornerbacks today, which we didn't see from the Wolverines last time we were on commentary. As we see, this is the run to the right, sniffed out by Nick Tomaszewski.
Still going.
Along with a few others. Keeps his feet churning, to be fair.
Yeah, Tomaszewski, I mean, I've said it numerous times, he's like an Exocet missile, that guy. Fires out and, and always ends up making that play.
Just a real good foot. So instinctive. He's exactly what you want in the linebacker. Just reads the play, studies hard, watches the film. Real good player. Got a lot of football left in him as well. A lot of football. So we see him and Carden Smith playing linebacker. A lot of experience on the field, much needed, as we see. I believe Liam Sykes in at safety for the Alphas. It will be a throw, and it will be a catch.
Good tackle, Gaz Hughes.
Gaz Hughes coming for free safety, makes the play. Number 85 gets open on the slant route for a good gain there. Nice throw.
Yeah, good play by Umland. Like I say, not to be taken lightly today. He's a very good Division 1 quarterback.
Tight spiral, nice route from number 85 to get free of, I believe it was Eli.
Yeah, outside leverage, which favours the slant. So good scheming from the Rams there.
See Eli, number 26, and Callum Deans, the 2 cornerbacks today. See David Assin at the slot right now. And will be a run to the right. Jack Marshall sniffs out. Really good play. Good hustle from number 99, Jack Marshall.
Very athletic play from the big man.
And that's a sack in a TFL for Jack Marshall. A beautiful start for the game. Love to see it. Great guy, great player.
Really good at everything as well.
Good at everything, yeah. So we see him back into offense now after a huddle. Play clock probably running down here. Must be a heavy set. And it will be a run for minimal yardage. A nice play by, is it Nick Tomaszewski? No, it's not. It is Cam Belk. The big nose tackle with the play.
Cam new this year?
Yeah, Cam is new this year, yes. I believe he joined from Doncaster. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not overly sure. Obviously, the interior of that defensive line has changed much over the last year. Ryan McKenty and Joe Hickson, who were synonymous with Division 2 offensive line last year, both of them, obviously Joe's out injured and Ryan's moved back to Manchester. But yeah, the guys who are now in this season, you wouldn't tell that it's their first season together.
Third down here. Taylor will look to throw. Good coverage by Gaz. Great coverage by... And that's Jack Marshall. Once again, 2 sacks on the day already. Jack Marshall, but I've got to say, guys, that's a coverage sack. Gaz Hughes read that so well. The in-breaking route. Gaz Hughes said, no, not today. Taylor saw Gaz come down and said, I'm not throwing that ball. And Jack Marshall gets round the edge to the quarterback, and that's a sack.
Yeah, Hughes, again, got to start calling him the postman. He always delivers.
Beautiful play. I mean, Jack Marshall gets the credit for that, but Gaz Hughes, I mean, that was beautiful, beautiful play from a free safety.
Punt team comes out. First down for the Rams on this drive, but still limited yardage in the 2 drives they've had so far. Sison back to return.
That's a block! That's a block punt! I told him, these Rams, they take the time punting the ball, they run to the right, and the first time they do it, it gets blocked. And that's a huge play for the Alphas.
Do you know who that was?
I don't know who that was. No, it looks like Caldean's, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, the punter struggled there to get hold of the ball. I think as time ran out quickly, he decided to kick it off like a soccer goal kick, but as you see, good block. Great play there by the Alphas special teams.
They do this thing. I went to the game and I told him that the punter takes a ball, runs to the right for about 2 seconds, and then gets it off. So
Don't have that sort of time against a very good Alphas special
they don't.
teams.
And Alphas have obviously seen that on tape and exploited it straight away, and that's a huge momentum swing. And that will be a false start on, I believe, Jacob Brown, the left tackle. Might give it on Adam Woodall. It is Adam Woodall. He won't be happy, but these things happen. 5-yard loss for the Alphas. We'll move back to around the 25-yard line. See Joe Canseco in a quarterback in spread. That's another jump. Looks like it was 64, Jacob Bradley. I could be wrong. I was right. Got my glasses on, boys.
Yeah, I mean, these mental slips happen in football, but obviously let's get them out of the way in the first quarter.
They do debilitate drives. Alphas now finds off at 1st and 20. You would think, well, go to the arm of Joe Canseco. Will they go to Ryan Wakeling, which we haven't seen today yet? Sison in motion. Offside. It will be a throw to Wakeling, who doesn't get there. It's a good throw by Joe.
Yeah, another flag on the play there.
Looks to be a free play. I believe the Rams jumped off sides.
A tough catch that would have been for Wakeland.
It would have been a very tough catch. It was a good
slightly inside, got the length. Good spiral, but just slightly too far inside.
38, so that's an outside linebacker coming down.
To be fair, though, a ball like that, if you want anyone on the end of it, it would be Ryan Wakeling, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was one of those throws where the DB was never going to get it, but Wakeling had a chance, and they're the ones you want to throw, really. Not risking it, but well, I suppose it was a free play, so it wouldn't really matter if it did pick it off. The defense screaming for watching the rollout. They believe Canseco was going to roll it out, but I believe we've got a timeout or something here. Maybe
we're just sorting out the line of scrimmage.
So it'll be 1st and 15. Sorry, 2nd and 15. No, still 1st and 15, apologies. And that's a toss to Joe. JPZ. Who gets a moderate gain.
A solid gain. Makes the 2nd down very manageable.
Absolutely.
Was it 3rd down?
They're calling 3rd down, but it should be 2nd, right? Because the first was a free play. But Yep, here we go. Second down. There we go.
Yeah, there's the correction, second down.
As we see the Alphas come out here. Look, Joe and JP's in communication here on what the plan is. Sison and Wakely lined up very close together on the right-hand side. JPC moves over to the right. Joe rolls out to the right, looks to throw, keeps running, and is taken down. Won't be a sack, I believe he picked up a few yards, but not the play they wanted.
Player down for the Rams on the right-hand side.
Well, it doesn't look to be too great for him. Let's hope it's nothing serious. Big shout out to everyone tuning in today on this quite humid day in Scunthorpe. It's not hot, but it's definitely not cold. And a good start for the Alphas, who are 7-0 up with the ball in Rams territory. So they look to add on another score. Came from Joe Canseco after a very good first drive. And then the big blocked punt has given the Alphas all momentum as they look to add on to the lead.
It's going to be a third down and about 7, so very manageable. But they need to get the pass game going a bit better. They've struggled with Joe rolling out quite a lot and needing to scramble.
Yeah, we've seen them now start to target Wakeling, and we've not seen any throws to Coombe or Woodall as of yet. 88 and 8. Sure, we'll get him into the game at some point.
Yeah, I think the offense will obviously need a bit of time to adjust to Canseco, having obviously with Andy Bagnall missing. But I'm sure we'll see it as the game carries on.
That's it, and I believe we've only had one practice session with Joe in at quarterback. Obviously, we have seen him come in at times for the Alphas in his first year against the Mustangs. He played at quarterback, and in last game he played.
He's come on a few times.
He has, yeah. So we know
towards the end of the game.
He's got experience in the offense, but this is the first time that he's started.
The Rams player still down on the field here. I think it may be a leg injury.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for him. Let's hope he's able to walk off on his own power and it's not too serious of an injury. Unfortunately, in this sport, they do happen every now and again, injuries. But let's hope he's doing okay. And we've got a world-class medic in John Hilton looking over him. Wouldn't want him in any safer hands.
Mike Green with the punt block.
Was it Mike Green on his debut for the Alphas? Mike Green, he just signed this week. I believe he's a former Sheffield Giant, but I'm not 100% sure on that one.
Yeah, there's a few new names that have not really recognised on the Alphas team. Is it Sean Bedford as well? He's another one.
Yeah, is he from Leeds?
Yeah, we've got a few guys who have joined the team this season. Well, quite a lot, about 6 or 7, which I don't even know myself.
There's a player or two who's transferred over from Wakefield over the last few weeks.
My local team, Wakefield Raiders. Hope they're doing well this season. Strange place, Wakefield, but it's pretty nice.
I think they've ever been there.
Yeah, I won't recommend it. I mean, it's not like you go out for a day trip in Wakefield, you know what I mean?
No.
But at the same point, you don't go to Scunthorpe, do you, really? So I can't really say much.
Well, unless you're a steelwork enthusiast.
Unless you love steelworks, yeah, that is true.
Or, well, you hate me for saying it, but unless you want to watch non-league football.
We're worse than non-league now, mate. National League North.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll come back.
What a shower they are.
Some good signings made, though.
They have made some good signings this season. And Scunthorpe United, you know, if you're listening, if you want to work with the Alphas now that Peter Swan's gone, that'll be fine, you know. I don't have any, you know, I'm happy to squash the beef.
I mean, to be fair, hopefully the Alphas are giving any Iron fans a bit of hope because it is a bit of positivity. Good rugby team in the town.
Yep.
Good American football team. So it's still flying the flag for Scunthorpe.
And I mean, you look at fans, we've got well over 100 people here. And I mean, Scunthorpe United this season might be getting over a few hundred, so we might be rivaling them for fans as well.
You never know. I heard they're moving to Ilkeston, aren't they?
It's an on and off situation, mate. It's probably not going to happen. They've just bought a new plot of land near here, which we're going to build a new stadium.
You don't want to be telling Warwick that, else we'll be putting in bids for Glanford Park.
Yeah, well, the new home of the Alphas.
Scunthorpe United need a new commentary team.
Well, can't afford me.
I must admit, I'm more of a Grimsby Town man myself. So
Doing very well. Grimsby much better than Scunthorpe.
Not quite as good as Lincoln, though.
Not as good as Lincoln now. As we see, we're still looking at the guy who's down. I've had enough time. I should have got myself another beer, but I mean water.
yeah, come on, John Watson didn't drink, did he?
I'm not at work tomorrow, so it's my excuse. I think I'm going to America next week, but I'm not sure.
I see, very planned.
Yeah. And again, look, that is definitely a Justin Fields Jets jersey. I'm so confused. It's like having a Liverpool Wayne Rooney jersey. It makes no sense.
Why he'd wear it out either?
I know, yeah.
Just
I mean,
sell
fair
it.
play to him, you know what I mean? Fair play. But here we go.
Maybe he can just claim his name's Fields.
John Helton and the physio team are moving off the pitch.
I'll see if we can get an interview at half time with Fields.
Just
Hang
so
on,
so
is it Tom Brunt?
No.
It's not, is it?
It may be Dave Hanley.
It's not. No, Dave's playing.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh. Not though.
Here we go. The Alphas are back, and it is a run to Mike Sison, who throws the ball to Wakeling. Catches.
Wakeling.
It's a touchdown on the fake play. Mike Sison throws the ball, finds Ryan Wakeling in the end zone, and that's a touchdown. Mike Sison with a beautiful throw.
That is an unreal catch as well from the best receiver in the league.
Whee! Ryan Wakeling gets that separation, gives him a little bit of a shimmy, gets open, two hands in the air, all day, easy money. Number 17, the best receiver in the league. TGB, look at that guy, Ryan Wakeling. I'm telling you, Mikey, talk to me.
Yeah, Wakeling. I'm running out of things to describe that guy. I mean, it's just brilliant. I mean, this is why I tapped him up to come to Iceland for Sealand. He's a brilliant talent.
Extra point is good, and that's 12 touchdowns in 5 games for Ryan Wakeling. And I mean, what a play that was. I mean, Mike Sison with a beautiful throw on the money, on the rollout, moving his legs. Left hand is fits it in the bucket to Wakeling, who gets separation, brings it down with ease. What a play design. And that's 7 more points for the Alphas and 14-0 lead.
14-0 first quarter. It's this is a statement at the moment. This is a statement. So, yeah, Ryan Wakeling, absolutely brilliant.
No. Oh, yeah.
General manager and Alphas legend Warwick Grosvenor coming over to talk to us.
I gave you so much water earlier.
As we'll see here, the Alphas kicking off. The scorer, Ryan Wakeling, will send the ball. Getting a little bit windy now. I've got to be aware of that wind. It's going from right to left, where Wakeling has kicked the ball. Obviously, if the ball goes out of bounds, they will start at the 40-yard line. So they don't want to do that. We may see the Alphas elect to kick it a bit shorter here, guys.
He's trimming it down on crutches.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we're describing, obviously, Ryan Wakeling, how brilliant he's been, but Lewis Truman as well. He's definitely in that bracket. He's a brilliant player who was amazing for Alphas last season.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, people saying Alphas offense is all Ryan Wakeling. I mean, have you seen Lewis Truman? Lewis Truman is every bit as good as Ryan Wakeling. What a player.
Seen
Mike Sison, yeah. You've
Jack
seen Adam
Patterson,
Woodall.
yeah.
You've seen Joe Canseco. I don't know what these guys are talking about, but Lewis Truman, LT, sadly, is injured right now, but what a great player he is, guys. As we see, the return by the Rams, a missed tackle there, but it will be brought down on a nice play by, I'm not sure who that is, you know? Number 48, is it? Good play to bring him down. As we see, Wakeling come off the field for the Alphas defence.
I think a great thing about this Alphas team at the moment is so many multi-role players.
Yep.
So many players who can play numerous positions and play them effectively.
Yep.
As we're seeing here from today from Wakeling picking up the kick in, Canseco at quarterback.
Sison at quarterback.
Mike Sison, yeah, who's had played against the Alphas here for Bombers at quarterback. As we see, a talented passer of a ball.
I mean, to be fair, we've even got Gaz and Davidas here who can chip in there. So
Absolutely.
a lot of multi-role players.
Just good football players, Mikey. As we see the Alphas, looks to be staying in zone coverage here. On the run, big tackle by Nick Tomaszewski.
Inside runs not working so far.
And I believe
for
that
the Rams.
it's not Jack Marshall, it is
Tomaszewski at the bottom of the pile.
Cam Belk, who's made some nice plays at nose tackle, the big number 92. Very tall man, but gets down, good leverage.
Yeah, Tomaszewski, another well-travelled player, former Nottingham Caesar, former Doncaster Mustang. Yeah, he's Newcastle Raiders, Farnham Knights, all over. Great player.
So it will be a run and a big tackle again. Liam Sykes with the tackle, along with
Looks like they picked
Davidas.
up the first down.
Well, that is a first down for the Rams. It's a good play there. Oh,
Flag
the
on the
flag
play.
comes out. Looks like some afters.
Looks like it may be on the Alphas.
Yeah, I believe it's
87 for the Rams celebrating.
end of the first quarter
End of
there. I
first
believe
quarter.
it was number 34 who's going to be penalised here. We're talking it over. Could be a 15-yard penalty, guys. Wouldn't be great.
Thank you.
Shout out to all those listening. Matty Lindley telling me I'm losing my mind on commentary. Well, I'm just having fun, you know what I mean? It was a beautiful play. It deserved my hyping it up. And I believe if we've got a little break, I might go get myself a drink. As we'll see, those penalties offside, so basically much ado about nothing. End of the first quarter. Move on into the second. I'm going to go get a drink. I'll leave you with Jay and Mikey.
Yeah, if you're just joining us here, Alphas in control, 14 up, 14-0 over the Yorkshire Rams as we head into the second quarter.
Yeah, they should be switching sides. The Rams offense spread now. Maybe getting rid of the inside run style that they've been very unsuccessful with so far this game.
Yeah, not much joy so far. Appears to be switching it up now. We delayed for. Back underway. It's Taylor Umland under centre.
Almost like a QB sneak on first down. An odd play call there.
Gained about a yard, I'd say.
Oh, it's good 4 or 5 yards there. I think. Got a second down with about 6 to go. Drops back to pass, goes deep.
Umland too long.
Yeah, too far. It's third down. It's a big big third down for the Rams if they're going to get some points on the board in this first half.
Yeah, slow start from the Rams, uncharacteristically as well. I mean, there's plenty of the game to go, but so far I wouldn't say they'll be particularly happy with the way they've started here.
No, they've been very poor on the ground and not particularly great in the air either. A good slant to 85 has been the only chunk play they've got so far.
Yeah, Umland again under centre now.
Good run there.
Yeah,
looks like a first down.
First down. Certainly the play the Rams wanted. Converting on the third down now. Getting a first, chains moving.
Into the Alphas territory. Alphas half, sorry. The first time so far, I think.
Yeah, interesting to see those three last plays as well. Umland under centre for the first and third play. See how he lines up now. Yeah, he's back under centre.
I believe it's 84 in the backfield. Motion across. Another short run fumble. I think the Rams recover that.
Yeah. Coach Robson there shouting they've got it, which be an indication as the bodies get up there that Yorkshire Rams have managed to maintain possession.
Here comes Chippy running back
With a beer.
with his. No, that's water.
Again, second down, Yorkshire Rams.
Apologies, I'm back. There's a throw to, good catch there by wide receiver number 7. Good tackle there by Callum Deans.
Yeah, it's a good recovery by Umland. Initially, I thought the snap was quite low. A good recovery, good pass as well.
Big hit on Umland by Nick Tomaszewski after the ball has been thrown. He's having a word with the referee now about that. I don't think it was too late. There's no flag on the field, but yeah, a big shot for Umland to take.
Shouldn't really do that. As you see there, Rams have driven down the field here.
Under centre again. Another motion.
Maybe Alphas force it. Will be a pitch out to him. It's a lovely play there by Gaz Hughes once again.
Yeah, plays very well there.
Gaz Hughes sniffs it out, says not today.
No forward progress available for the Rams there on the pitch. Yeah, it's all right. You can still it's fairly.
Yeah, onto fourth down here. It's
You can still tell.
it's appeared that the Rams are going to go for it on fourth down.
Does look like we're going to go for it. They're stayed in the offense. They'll call a timeout. We're going to talk it through, Mikey.
Yeah.
What do we think? Do you want to go for it?
I mean, we're still in the second quarter, but little drive here sustained by the Rams. They've got a little bit of momentum going. I'd probably go for it as well.
Yeah, I mean it's a big momentum swing if they get it. It's a really big play here if they do go for it. They'll give Alphas very good field position. We'll have to see if they show their cojones here and go for it.
Taylor Umland, it's over to you.
What we got around 4th and 9, 4th and 8 on the 35. It's a risky play here. The thing is, it's a long way to kick a field goal, and you don't want to be putting it in the opposition half. I kind of get the call, like Mikey says, but again, it's a big one. That's why I've taken the time out to mull over their best play for these situations.
Yorkshire Rams have definitely got the tools in the box to make these kind of plays. I speak very highly of them. They're a good team, a good Division 1 team. Certainly got enough experience on there to make plays like this. So, it'll be interesting to see what they'll come out with.
Yeah, they're giving the Alphas a good game here. We are 14-0 up, but it's been they've shown a lot, the Rams here. Taylor, a quarterback, has an arm. We do know that.
You can see the quality difference for the Rams compared to the few other games the Alphas have played this year that we've covered.
Definitely. Let's see if they are going to go for it, guys.
Yeah.
One running back with his hand in the dirt.
Umland again under centre.
85 is their main weapon.
In motion.
Motion.
It will be a pass. Steve Sowerby! Steve Sowerby gets him down! And that's Steve Sowerby with the sack on the 4th down! Get off the... Oh, no, we do see a flag come out.
Yeah.
It is after the play, though.
Sowerby as well, I mean, like an apex predator getting through there.
Okay, this is what I hate. I hate about this league. You should be allowed to celebrate a sack. If they're calling this a flag for a celebration, it's not on, and that's what really annoys people. Big plays like that, you should be allowed to celebrate. If it's in the opposition's face, okay, fair enough. Steve Sowerby made the play, a beautiful play, and celebrated. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see what the referees say, but...
Yeah, it's a gripe of mine in British American football, unfortunately. But let's not get started on that, because they'll end up talking about visors, and I've never really been a visor player. But you know, if all the skillies want to wear visors with a bit of tint, let them.
Yeah, I know.
That's a conversation for.
It's not the referee's fault. It is in the rules, but you should be allowed to celebrate a big play like that. It's a sack on 4th down.
Yeah, and let's not forget we're playing a flamboyant sport from a flamboyant country.
Absolutely.
So these kind of things you should be able to expect.
Wow.
Yorkshire.
They've given the taunting call on the quarterback who was sacked. So that was an interesting call. I did not see that coming. Yeah. Obviously, Steve sacked him, and then he said something to Steve afterwards.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I didn't really see what Taylor had done there. But again, yeah, I'm not on the field. Interesting call.
Was that not 4th down? Why?
It was 4th down.
So why do they have the ball?
No, we don't. We've got the ball. Look.
Oh, yeah, apologies. I'm blind. Joke.
Too many waters.
That's a false start. You know what it was? I thought it was in punt formation here.
It's the 3rd false start from the Alphas.
Not ideal.
Uncharacteristic, I would say. According to at-home correspondent Jamie Sill, Umland threw the ball at Steve after the sack.
There you go. Thank you, Jamie Sill. We didn't see that. I was too busy celebrating Steve's big play, but Umland has thrown the ball, which is a little bit childish, but I get it. It's a heated sport. So we see Adam Woodall in motion here. We'll take the ball. We'll get round. Can he be big block by JPZ and a great tackle?
Patterson with
by number 23.
Blocking.
Great tackle by the free safety. Lovely technique. Head out the play.
We're going to go over to the refs again to
I think the flag will be on Jack Patterson here, guys, for the head first block. I'm not sure it was head first, but I think that's what they're calling it.
I didn't see it helmet to helmet.
I didn't see helmet to helmet either. He did lower his head, but I think they're saying he led with the crown of his helmet, which I didn't think he did.
It's a tough call.
Yeah. It's a 15-yard penalty if it's given. It was. We're not getting the. That was not a blind side.
I think he was
block.
looking at him.
It wasn't a blind side block. It wasn't a blind side block.
Yeah, I'm not overly sure whether that was the correct call. I don't think it was a blind side block. Yeah, I thought it was a really good block there by Patterson.
It looked it. I mean, I heard crown, so I thought they was going to give it on him leading with his. I didn't think he did, but I thought it was a well executed, tough block by the tough running back JPZ. He was wearing my number 1 jersey. Yes, correct. That's mine, not Jack Patterson's number 1 jersey. But I'll let him off. Adam Woodall with the play, who got hit with a nice play by number 23, the free safety. Come out, but he looks fine. He'll come back in the game, Adam Woodall. As we see JPZ now in the slot at running with Dan Coombe, is it in?
TikTok Dan.
TikTok Dan. As we're in the second quarter.
The best dancer on the team. Apart from you, Chippy.
Apart from me, correct. The sun out. We'll see Joe Canseco.
Why are you calling him TikTok Dan?
Have you not seen his TikTok? Well, someone needs to find it. But,
Number 21, Dan Coombe, for those who don't know. If you don't know, now you know, is very TikTok famous.
Very famous amongst 50-year-old women from America.
Yeah, that's his.
They love him.
That's his category. Like,
I'm just looking on the sideline who we can call Facebook Phil and Bebo Barry.
shout out Bebo, MySpace Mike.
I'll take that crown.
As we see the Alpha JPZ back in. We've got 2 men in the backfield here. As it looks like it's Joe Canseco on the run.
No, it's TikTok Dan.
The
TikTok Dan's been a handoff, yeah.
It was. Oh yeah, sorry, it was. Joe's out here. A funky play design there for the Alphas. Hand it off to TikTok Dan.
A lot more option than I'm used to seeing from the Alphas, which speaks highly of how much they're confident in Joe's running ability.
Nicholas Bagnall diving deep in the playbook here to pull out some trickerations.
What a student of the game. Should be in the GB programme.
A great offensive mind.
Same with Ryan Wakeland. How he isn't in the GB programme is beyond me.
Joe Canseco on the rollout. Looks to pitch. Oh,
he caught it. He mossed him. An unbelievable play from TikTok
beautiful
Dan.
play by Dan Coombe. Again, a risky play. I think the ball went forward, so it would have been an incompletion. But
unfortunately, I think on that drive, the penalties have stung the Alphas. Depends whether or not now Coach Robson elects for a field goal, which doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Looks like they're going to punt the ball.
Yeah.
See long snapper Sam Hens in the game. Dave Noble obviously not playing today. I'm not sure what Dave Noble is, to be honest, but Sam Hens, who's been practicing long snapping all off season from the York Centurions, a good lad, who I briefly coached at York.
Very hench.
Yeah, he's put some muscle on as the young boy. See a bit of communication here from the Alphas, who have taken a timeout. On second quarter, they are still 14-0 up. Mikey.
Yeah, it's a great start by the Alphas. Really super first quarter. Again, Joe Canseco, Ryan Wakeland, standout players. I mean, there's a lot of time now for Rams to digest this and come back into it. But at the moment, it's all been the Alphas.
I've got star wide receiver Lewis Truman here with me today, who was unfortunately injured. How you doing, Lewis?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Yeah.
How's is it the ankle?
Yeah, ankle.
So, like, what's for inside information? Are you going to be back soon, or?
Realistically, no. Realistically, I'm aiming playoffs because I know the boys will get us there. Like, I know that the way they're performing now. Yeah. Don't think anyone's stopping us. I'm aiming for Vikings. Like, last home game of the season is my hit and hope and staying positive, but I don't know. It's a long haul. How
confident are you with Joe Canseco at quarterback? Obviously, it's gutting to lose Andy, who's been your quarterback since you've joined here, but you've got Joe in for the rest of the season. How confident are you with him playing quarterback?
Oh, yeah, you can't doubt that. Like, Joe's experience of football is just second to none. Obviously, with Andy, we've got that consistent quarterback. You know what you're getting. You know the throws are going to be there. He plays by the playbook every time. Joe's a little bit more unorthodox. A bit more flair in it. Plays with a little bit more risk, but you saw in that first drive, it all pays off because when he goes running with that ball, I'd like to see people stop him. He puts his head down and he just grinds out yards. It's a different type of quarterback to play with in the offense to get used to, but it's working. And so he's gonna do great. It's a good replacement for Andy for sure.
Top man, well, I hope to see you back very soon, mate. You're definitely a big miss to the team, but as I say, get back for that last game because we'll need you, and then big playoff push.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go, baby. That's Lewis Truman, number 89.
What a man.
Beautiful man. Who's nursing his injury, but will be back, like we say, soon. Little in-game interview there on
another
QB sneak was
second
that?
QB sneak I've seen.
Yeah, on the first down.
That's the second time I've done that.
Yeah, fair play. Just picking up a little bit of large to get, second and a bit more manageable, Jay.
Yeah, crisp camera work as well.
Yeah, beautiful.
Which is a guarantee.
Beautiful play,
Guaranteed.
beautiful camera work, once again.
By GB Jake Marriott.
Jakey Marriott on the 1s and 2s with myself, Jay Robinson, and Mikey Gray. Dave Noble is sadly at work today. That's why he's not long snapping. We miss you, Dave. You beautiful, sexy man. As we see the Rams here, heavy set. It will be a throw by Taylor. A little bit too high. Eli Roberts made a beautiful play.
He was there. 85, clearly quarterback's favourite target.
He is, yeah.
He's been targeted 2 or 3 times, I believe.
Yeah, Taylor looked to him straight away. He knew where he was going with the football. See, sticky coverage there from Eli once again. On a big, big third down there, 3rd and 8. And they need it really, guys. They can't get stuck in the field position here. I know, yeah, what a play that was.
What did you make of the Vikings Rams game then, Chippy? You were there, weren't you?
So it was a competitive game. The Vikings are a good team, but I mean, so are the Rams. They put up a good game. The Vikings have got wide receiver number 14, who looks like the white DK Metcalf. I mean, he's a good player. Explosive offense, good defense. It was a close game, though. As we see today, another close game. It's going to be a run. Oh, really nice play. Makes 2-man miss, 3-man miss. A stiff arm on. Oh, there will be a flag late.
Yeah, there is a flag. Number 23, though, great running there.
That's a beautiful play by number 23. He made about 4 Alphas miss. Gave Gaz Hughes a bit. Gaz stayed with it, but he made the linebackers miss and the defensive line a really nice play. Was it number 23?
Yeah, the flag in the backfield, though. Indicative of a holding call.
Number 23 is also their free safety, so this is a guy to watch for the Rams.
Tyler Broad?
It is, yeah. Shout out Tyler Broad. Really nice play at running back.
Had a good block on a special teams play early on in the game as well. Waiting for the call.
Apparently, it will be a hold against the Rams, and that's huge.
And as the Rams move back now, this is territory for Tomaszewski, for Sowerby, for Marshall. The Alphas have got plenty of players here who can manipulate this situation.
These are sort of plays where you want to pin your edge back at the pass rusher and just get after it. I mean, I'm surprised we're not seeing Ollie Dixon on the field here. Designated pass rusher, pure speed off the edge.
Downhill Dixon.
We'll see the base defense remain in. Jack Marshall does have 2 sacks on the day. Let's go, Jack! Six minutes 47 to go in the second quarter. A lot of football left. I've got to be really careful here, guys. The Rams.
A sack. There's a huge safety possibility.
Yep. You'd think they'll go on the centre area and a 3-step drop to stay out of that. Start of the end zone for a safety.
I'm a fan of the safety. It was the only points I ever scored.
Is that right?
It was.
Love it. What, DT?
DT, Sheffield Giants against East Kilbride Pirates away in 2018.
Points on the board, baby.
22-0.
So Taylor will take the snap. It will be a throw in the end zone. A throw to number 7. Oh, I mean, that's...
It's weak.
They're going to call pass interference. It wasn't a catchable ball.
It's a shame. Kaz Dean's there. I'm not happy with the call. Chippy on the move.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate there. I think Umland's pass was particularly on target, so I don't think it was a catchable ball, as Chippy said. Unfortunately, yeah, those calls. I mean, the referee.
Yeah,
15-yard penalty, and just.
I mean, the Rams have been bailed out hugely there. Very, very questionable, like Mikey says, call. Was it catchable? Probably not. I mean, I guess they're going to say that Cal stopped the route from happening. But it was a very ticky-tacky call. The Rams were begging for it, but they did get it.
It's just
Moves them up the field.
Just the only thing at the moment really negatively I can say against the Alphas is just a few little errors, a few little jumps and a few little loss of yardage, a few penalties, but
see a heavy set again. Will be a run.
Snap.
Steve Selby! Steve Selby gets in, says not today. A beautiful play by number 20, one of the best in the league. Steve Selby gets round the edge.
yeah, I think the problem there was the Rams centre again. Another low snap. Umland is pretty much picking it out of the dirt, and before you know it, Sowerby's on him. And yeah, it's Alphas take control of that situation.
And I mean, the whole defensive line, Jack Marshall, 2 sacks, Steve Selby with a sack, Cam Belt's some big plays, Loz Lewis is having a great season. It's a great, great start for a defensive line. And Mikey says the offensive line are struggling with the pass rush. We see Jack Marshall in a 3-point stance. Steve Selby stood up. Nick Tomaszewski come round. That's a run down the middle, which will get around
Another sneak.
around 3 or 4 yards. It is another sneak, as Jay says.
Yeah, again, Umland again going under centre. That sneak, it's second time he's now done that. Yeah, it seems to be like the way that the Rams can pick up these cheap yards. But we're moving on to third down now. So
We've got an injured Ram down, looks to be a guard or
Number
centre.
72, Mark Brown.
Mark Brown, let's hope you're okay, sir. Alphas will
Bit of
talk it
ankle
over.
injury.
who's the former Yorkshire Ram on our roster?
Former Yorkshire Ram is Amit Singh, who is still out injured, unfortunately. He broke his leg training last season now, but it was a bad break. It wasn't good.
Is he still on the roster?
He's still on the roster, yeah, but I don't think he's going to play this season. I'm not sure. I can't speak for him, but he's like me. He's a Leeds boy, but he's still rehabbing his leg at the minute. Got a few lads from the Yorkshire area. There's myself, Amit Singh, Liam Sykes also lives in Leeds, and so does TikTok Dan.
Yeah, it's a good sort of nucleus of guys coming from different areas now. Obviously, there's a few that have transferred over from the Bombers over the last few years as well. A few from Doncaster. So it's good.
David Ask travels a long way, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, David Ass used to live in Lincoln. When we used to play for the Seasons of the Giants, we were driving from Lincoln, and then he's moved out to, I think he lives in Leamington Spa.
Wow, long way.
So yeah, he's transferred in from Tamworth. So it's a fair trek for him.
Yeah, about 2 hours with dedication. David Assad did play for us in 2021 at wide receiver. Made a great play against the Bombers to win the game, and a beautiful throw by Derek Yenrell. As we see the injured Ram here leaving the field.
I mean, David Ass last season was playing as well in Poland. He was semi-pro last season, wasn't he? For he was playing DB, was he? Yeah, for Tehe Falcons. So one of the decent teams from Poland.
I believe he played safety there, didn't he, in Poland?
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing a regional division, I think, with some of the teams from Czech Republic and Slovakia. I'm pretty sure his first game was away in Prague.
Say a lot of talented players on the field right now as the Rams will come in on third down. On 3rd and 3, it will be a run, and it will. David Ass with a tackle, slips it. Some hard running there. Eventually brought down by number 11, Carden Smith. Will be a first down. Will move the chains, and that penalty against Callum Deans looks to have hurt the Alphas here. And the Rams now find themselves at midfield, knocking on the door, Jay.
Yeah, it's big momentum shift, getting the call on a tricky 3rd down, which has clearly boosted the Rams. This is the best drive they've
Not
had.
going away, the Rams. It's not gone their way so far, but they're carrying on knocking. You know, it feels like a 3-2 game. It's only 2, as we see. Will they test Cal Dean's out here? We've got 1v1 here on both sides. Well,
Tomaszewski in the backfield.
Nick brings him down, and so does Loz Lewis. I think they'll give it to Nick.
Yeah, the whistle
Either
was
way,
called.
let's give it to both and give him half a sack.
Yeah, Tomaszewski, Jewish jet fighter. What a player. Year after year, Tomaszewski, so tenacious.
The Jew Bear comes in and makes for play. And I mean, Nick Tomaszewski, ageless. What a player, what a man. The experience, the know-how, the tenacity. It's just a sight to behold, and I'm glad he's on my team. Also one of the funniest men you ever meet. He makes me laugh quite a lot, doesn't Nick?
Yeah, I think there's, if you speak to, in fact, if you've got a poll of quarterbacks in this country who played against him, I think most would say some of the last images they've seen is just beard and glasses in the face before they get sacked.
And that way too much eye black that he wears, as we see, will be a throw. Jack Marshall! Hampers, brilliant catch.
85 again.
Taylor Umbridge is hurt of the sack by Jack Marshall, the tackle by Jack Marshall, but he's able to get the ball off, and that's a beautiful catch by the wide receiver. I'm not sure who it was. Apologies to that Ram. It's number 85 again, with the catch on our Fred Nash. That's a lovely 8-letter name. Fred Nash.
Yeah, Umland showing again.
Like an old WWE wrestler.
Showing his quality there.
He really did, Mikey.
Kevin's brother.
Went up and got the ball, brought it down on Eli Roberts, who could do nothing wrong there. It's just a great
tall receiver, sort of a tight end build.
Yeah.
Tight end number as well, actually.
So number 7 in motion, a very heavy set here. It's got to be a run. And it's a toss.
Jet sweep.
Jet sweep, yeah. A little pop pass. Looks like they've got 2 men moving, and it would have been a very big gainer. I think we had 1 man in motion and then someone else moved, which obviously you're not allowed to do. Only 1 man in motion at a time. And I think they'll be penalised for that, Mikey.
Yeah, I think I heard the entire Rams sideline shout, "Oh, what?" at that. But yes, flag, and I think we're going to go to the refs in a minute.
Yeah, we see the Rams moving back already. They know what's coming. And I mean, if anyone doubts the skill on commentary, I called that out. I'm just saying.
50 people watching.
Hello, you 50 people.
Nice to see our people in the stream. Myself, Charlie Wilson, Jay Robinson, and that's Mikey Gray's voice you just heard. Veteran in the game in BAFA, played for numerous teams.
And of course, Jay Robinson, Team GB.
Upcoming GB receiver.
Hope for my second cap soon in Norway.
There we go. And a nice play here. Tough running on the jet sweep once again. They go back to the same play, Jay, and it works once again.
Yeah, it's 23 again. Clearly a difference maker for the Rams.
23 now playing both ways.
Yeah, seems like 23, 85, and 13, obviously, the quarterback. Real key players for the Rams.
The ones to watch, for sure, for sure.
Two-minute warning there, announced by the referee over the tunnel.
As the clock dies down, 2 minutes to go in the half. Let's get the thoughts of Jay and Mikey. Jay, what do you make of the Alphas first? It's been dominant, but only up 2 scores.
Yeah, it's not been as dominant as recent weeks.
True.
Which is not a surprise, because Rams are seemingly a much more strong opponent.
Yeah, I think Coach Robson will be pleased though.
Yeah.
I mean, like I say, the Yorkshire Rams are a well-established club. They're a big club. They've been around for many years. They've got a great pedigree, and to be fair, they don't lose many games. They're one of the top-end Division 1 teams. So for Alphas to find themselves 14-0 up, towards the end of the second quarter is a very, very, very good score so far. Although obviously there's a few negatives in terms of giving away penalties, but other than that, it's been a pretty good showing by the Alphas. Yeah,
I probably shouldn't say it's been dominant for the Alphas. They've definitely been the stronger team. As we see, another penalty again for the Alphas, which Mike has just mentioned, has hampered them a little bit. 96, I believe, it's not Cam Belk, it is Hamilton, yeah. Let's say that. Sorry, Aaron, if it's not you. But they'll feel like there should be more than 2 scores, and if they can score here, knocking on the door.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. Just tiny little sort of mental gaps here with giving away penalties in situations. I mean, the Rams have been, in essence, a bit fortunate at times to try and go.
It's a pass. It's
and
a catch.
We go. Just short.
Damn it, that's Merkowitz with it will be a flag, yeah. I think they're going to say he was going out of bounds and he's led with his crown, but it's not. It's a very tiki-taka call once again, but that's going to be a huge penalty. Yeah, it's a flag.
Yeah, again, it's like I say, just been saying, it's just tiny little things here, and obviously we've let the Rams march down the field here, and dangerous position in the red zone, and here we are within the final 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and they could find themselves. A good call, referee. Very good call. It was a good tackle by Davidas. For those who didn't hear that, it's a no call. The penalty flag is picked up, and we see the Rams on the, let's call it the 10-yard line, around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, I'd say around 10 to 12. It's not first and goal yet, but very close to that.
Taylor calls a motion. Very low snap once again. Jet sweep, breaks 2 tackles. I believe it's close, but there is a very late flag. We might have a block in the back here, guys.
Yeah, let's hope for the Alpha's sake that it was. They're liking the jet sweeps.
They're breaking a few tackles. They're finding success bouncing it outside. Let's see if they will continue to do that here.
Yeah, I think today I was expecting it was going to be a bit of a game of attrition today.
Yeah. It will be a hold against the Rams, and that does help the Alphas out a lot. We'll push them back to around the 20.
Yeah, slight reprieve there. Obviously, Alphas are going to be grateful for that. Obviously, Rams are going to go back.
And you'd think they go to Taylor's arm here, Mikey, and throw the ball.
Yeah, I would. Obviously, you've got number 7, who's.
We saw a break for the last tackle, didn't he? It will be a pass. It looks for 85. Finds 85. Gaskew's with a tackle. The ball's out. The ball is out.
Alpha's recovery.
Gaskew's with the play. The ball is out.
Yeah, big play there.
And that's Scunthorpe Alphas ball. Gaskew's with the play. And that's momentum swing. No points for the Rams. Scunthorpe Alphas take that ball back. Mikey Gray.
Yeah, a big play at the right time. Great play from Hughes again. And I mean, it was just as the Rams were starting to knock on the door. And again, yeah, Gaz Hughes, as he has done many times over the last few years, coming up top trumps, making those plays and getting the Alphas out of trouble as we sail into half-time.
And look at the heads of the offense. They drive all the way down the field and they get no points. It's a devastating mistake from number 85. He's had a great game, but fumbles the ball. No points for the Rams and the Alphas. You'd think we'll just try and see out this clock and get into half-time with that 14-0 lead.
It was a gritty drive, which is even the worst when they get so close to the touchdown line and don't even get anything.
Will be a pass to Ryan Wakeling. Was again a flag. Looks to be on number 1, Jack Patterson. I think they'll call it for the blindside block. I'm not sure about the call again.
I've seen more flags on this field than I have at the San Siro when I went to watch the Milan Derby. It's
not bad.
Yeah, it's flag happy at the moment.
Yeah. I'm not sure how they've called a hold there, but okay, fair enough.
Yeah, hold on Patterson by the sounds of it, number 1.
Oh, that's a 10-yard penalty. We'll move. And now the Alphas are in a bit of a tough spot, guys. Very close to their own end zone. Don't want to give a safety up.
Yeah, just coming back to the sort of game of mistakes at the moment for both teams in certain areas. And
I mean, I think it's fair to say both teams are forcing them into whereas obviously these are 2 strong teams in the league, and the errors are being forced by the opposition. So I mean, you look at it that way, but at the same time, the Alphas wouldn't be happy with all these mistakes that they've made.
No, I think it would be the only thing that to Coach Robson will be a bit cheesed off about half time will be the penalties, albeit at the side of a very good first half performance, being 14-0 up against a very good team, is not to be sniffed at.
I'm not sure what's going on here. There's a lot of communication with the referees.
I think the Alphas might be kneeling towards the half time. I'm not
Yeah.
quite sure though.
Can't be much long left. The Rams offense just having a word with each other, probably just saying, guys, it was a good drive, keep your heads up. And
We'll keep hold of the ball.
Is that half time?
Half time.
Half time here. Scunthorpe Alphas 14, the Rams 0. As Mikey Gray just said, it is a game of both teams making mistakes at times, but it's been a good half for the Alphas overall, Mikey. They'll be pleased to go in 2 scores up.
Yeah, a game of attrition. I think it was always going to be that way. Alphas coming out with those first 2 early touchdowns. But yeah, the Rams, they're a good team. They've been in this position before. They've got plenty of experience, and there's always that chance that the Rams are going to come back out firing. And the Alphas just need to play very smart in the second half. They just need to put the foot on the gas a little bit second half, and hopefully we'll come out with an Alphas victory at the end.
We've seen the running game work for the Rams well, but not so much with the passes. And they have found some joy finding number 7, number 85. I wonder if the second half they go more pass-heavy approach with them being 2 scores down as well.
Yeah, potentially. Umland is a good weapon for them to have. They've got some experienced receivers as well who've been around in Britball for very many years. And of course, Broad at number 23. Again, he's as a good weapon, and we've seen glimpses of Broad's tenacity so far. He's made a good couple of plays. He's stiff-armed Gavs Hughes. He's made a few yards, and yeah, like I say, it's Rams have certainly got the tools to get back into this game.
Just a recap of the first half, we saw Jack Marshall with 2 sacks, Steve Selby with a big sack on 4th down. For the Alphas scoring, Joe Canseco capped off a first drive, running the ball quite a lot on a few bootlegs. On the QB sneak, he found his way into the end zone. And then a blocked punt by Alphas debutant Mike Green gave the Alphas a very short field. And we saw Joe Canseco hand the ball to Mike Sison, who threw the ball to Ryan Wakefield on a trick play to give the Alphas the second score of the game to find themselves 14-0 up. And then we've seen, like Mikey said, a bit of mistakes from both teams, a lot of flags stopping the momentum. But like I say, the Alphas came close to finding a third touchdown, but it was the Rams knocking on the door at the end. So we'll see how the both teams come out here. The Alphas need to, like Mikey says, keep your foot on the gas, and you think they'd do that, Mikey?
Yeah, we'll see. So 14-0 at half time, and we'll see you in the second half.
Yeah, we'll see you all in around 10-15 minutes. Thank you. Huh? Natural, mate. And we are back for the second half of the Scunthorpe Alphas. Against the Yorkshire Rams, 14-0 to the Alphas. Scores by Joe Canseco at quarterback on the QB sneak.
Back over the starters.
Yeah, we'll go over starters. And Ryan Wakeling on the catch from Mike Sison with a lovely throw on a trick play. The starters on offense, Joe Canseco at quarterback. Same O-line, Jacob Brown, Joe Bradley, Martin Brearley, George Fear, Dan Hickson, Jack Patterson, and the wide receivers Mike Sison, Tom Cume, Ryan Wakeling, and A-Dub Adam Woodall. On defence, Steve Sowerby. At the edge, interior of Cam Belk and Los Lewis, Jack Marshall with 2 sacks on the other edge. Linebacks, off the ball linebackers, Carden Smith and Nick Tomaszewski. Defensive backs, Eli Roberts, Callum Deans, who may play both ways today, number 2. David Merkley's been all over the field. Gaz Hughes has had a brilliant game at safety, and Sean Bedford, the other defensive back.
Yeah, the Rams offence is Watson, Perry, Doc Ray, A. Brown, M. Brown, Bell Davis, Umland, Chowdhury, Byrne, Broad, Nash and Shaw. Defence, Derrick, Zare, Merriwine, Irving, Jackson, Erta, Newsom, Young, Fox, Johnson, Broad. Shaw is obviously, offensive coordinator, and Cowley, defensive coordinator.
That was the voice of Mikey Gray, co-commentator, alongside Jay Robinson, who's on commentary with me, myself, Charlie Wilson, on the 1s and 2s, bringing you the coverage for the rest of this. Should be exciting second half, guys. We've got a 2-score game. Alphas will start with the ball. They want to put on some scores here to give himself a little bit of leverage to go into the rest of the game. 3 scores would be a good, comfortable spot for them to be at, and maybe we can start to see the likes of Ryan Wake and Jack Patterson, Adam Woodall get into this game and really take over, which we know we're capable of doing.
Yeah, we've obviously we've had the touchdown from Ryan Wakeling, but apart from that, I don't think he's had another catch.
I don't think he has.
Sison involved a lot. Woodall
will be a throw to Jack Patterson, out of bounds. Ooh,
a slight push at the end.
That should be, and it is. And I mean, he blatantly pushed him. It wasn't a catchable pass, but he didn't need to do it, but he did.
It's as much pass interference as was called on Kaz Deans.
A good call
early on in the game
by my co-commentator, Jay Robinson. Maybe was catchable, but he didn't need to push him, and he did. And you can't do that. You can't push a receiver, and it will be a flag, Mikey.
Probably should have gone on to Bet365 at half-time and put on a bet about how many flags we're going to have, isn't it? So I think this, typically we've started with yet another flag, which must be what? I'm losing count now.
Yeah, as Mikey alludes to, it's very heavily flagged in this game. Probably why it's taken, just short of 2 hours for that first half. A lot of flags on both teams making errors, which they'll want to cut down on. But the first play is a flag, which helps the Alphas, moves them up the field. As we see Jack Patterson in at running back, wide receiver once again, Dan Koeman at running back. And it will be a QB draw. It's a QB draw. Joe Canseco dives forward, does a roly-poly, and gets 3 extra yards by doing it.
Got to say, as an offensive lineman myself, just watching the O-line there, Martin Brearley, absolutely dominant. That D-line, the D-tackle, firing into Brearley, and Brearley just marching him back with ease there.
I think Martin Brearley, I mentioned him not enough because every play he dominates. Big number 72 with a hand on the football and in the dirt. Real dominant player.
Look at that man.
And I mean,
30 pancake blocks in 5 games.
He leads the team with 36 pancakes a game. It's just wonderful. And I see Dan Coombe with makes a man miss, drives through, keeps driving his legs. TikTok Dan cannot be stopped. Dancing his way through the defence, does the renegade. Gets the first down.
Yeah, fans of the 90s TV show Gladiators had to back Dan Coombe to do the travelator right at the end. He just keeps on going.
We're going to need a close-up on Martin Brearley at some point when he's on the sideline, which is it's tradition nowadays.
Yeah, he's got the second best ass on the team behind Steve Selby, who's got just a really plump behind. Just beautiful.
Great calves.
We see Joe Canseco on the roll, looks to throw, will throw, doesn't find, it's offline. Looked at Jay Peasy, who sort of looked like a bit of a broken play. Jay cut in. Look. Sorry?
Oh, look, there he is.
Here we go. We've got a close in on Martin Brearley.
Oh.
Standing there, looking hulky, just staring down the opposition. And But no, Sacco's just like, oh, I don't want any part of this.
Brearley's one of the people I point to of how good the coaching has been at Alphas over the last few years. A guy who played for the Lincolnshire Bombers, and he's just come here and he's been
Joe
so
Canseco
dominant.
dances, finds Ryan Wakeling. Ryan Wakeling brings it down. What a catch by number 17. I say the best receiver in this league. No one makes that play. Nobody else makes that play in the league. Ryan Wakeling brings it down. A beautiful throw by Joe Canseco. What a play.
Yeah, physicality and mentally just brilliant. Wakeling again, just getting out, escaping his man and just knowing when to turn and catch the ball. Just a great play. He
just got up and Randy Mossed him. He said, I'm putting this ball where only my receiver can get it. That's exactly what happened. Ryan Wakeling, one of the catches you will ever see, right in front of us here. What a play from what a player.
Super pass as well, must be said to Joe Canseco.
Just the technique to contort your body that way, to get round, catch the ball, get your feet in bounds. Great play.
Perfect ball position. It was high up. He's a tall man and he's got a great jumping reach.
Beautiful sparrow by Joe Canseco.
To get the feet in, that is European level at least.
Beautiful play. And
he's alone in the corner. This is fade territory for Ryan.
I was on a 5-yard line. They look for Wakeling. They find Sison. Mike Sison. Is he in?
Is he in?
Touchdown! Mike Sison injured in front of us. Hope he's okay.
It's a good catch by Sison. Yeah, unfortunately he's down at the moment. It's not what we want to see.
Took a big shot to this.
Yeah, let's hope he's okay right in front of us here.
Yeah, the medical team just having a look at to make sure Sison's all right.
Touchdown
Yeah,
by
it was a
Sison.
touchdown.
Nice throw by Jay Robinson.
Yeah, again, it was. Fair play to Mike Sison. He's got the score there. Took the hit in the process, but thankfully it looks all right. Probably just winded here.
Yeah, I think he's had the wind taken out of him a little bit.
Flag on the play.
Let's go, Mikey! He's okay. He looks to me, gives me the thumbs up. And I mean, what a play, what a player. Also got a great arse.
Just a latest score, actually, that's just been sent to me. Lincolnshire Bombers 6, Crewe Railroaders 13.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
No comment there.
Yeah, no comment there. Let's hope the Bombers can come back if you're so pleased. But anyway, let's get back to this game.
I don't think they've given the touchdown.
Have they not?
I think it might be a flag on the play.
Okay, so the referees haven't told us, but they've not given them a touchdown for whatever reason. That's very... It's not a touchdown, you're right. So they've taken it off the board. And we see Alpha's now back at the 15-yard line. So that's a big loss. It's 15 yards loss. Must have been a roughness call or taunting.
Does give Ryan Wakeling even more space.
It does. Ryan Wakeling
for the fade.
Finds himself one-on-one. It is a run. Will he pitch it? He does pitch it to Jack Patterson. Jack Patterson! You can't take him down. Too big, too strong. Tough running by number 1, Jack Patterson.
Yeah, again, Patterson, another player who's just absolutely tenacious when you give him the ball. He's got the wheels. He motors in, and yeah, Alphas with that penalty that's just been moved back before. They've made amends now, and they are within 10 yards.
I mean, three linebackers, maybe one defensive back came in, lower shoulder. He should go down, but Jay Peasy, too strong, stays on his feet, keeps him churning. And we see Ryan Wakeling here left 1v1. Will they go to Ryan Wakeling here? They don't. It's a run to Jack Patterson once again. Keeps them feet churning. Keeps him going. Stays on his feet. Keeps the ball in hand. They'll be down at the 2-yard line. Tough running once again by number 1.
Yeah, Patterson versus Coombe in the Travelator in Gladiators. Who have you got? I said Coombe or Patterson, Travelator on Gladiators. Who have you got?
Ooh. So tough. I think Dan Coombe, just because he's a train, you know what I mean? And those legs from dancing, Mikey. Like he's got quick feet. He's got the quick feet. Yeah, he knows how to do the 1-2 step. You know what I mean? Things like that.
We need to make this happen.
Let's see what the Alphas go to here on the goal line. It's a run to Jack Patterson. Lowers his shoulder. He's in. He's in. Oh, down at the 1.
Call it short.
Down at the 1, and it's a 4th down, and this is an interesting call. And the Alphas will call a timeout to talk about what they do here. Mikey, you think they go for it, right, at the 1 yard line?
Yeah, absolutely. You have a go at it. This could be a telling score as well if you get the points on the board. It's going to change the game.
We've got the camera right now is again looking at, for my money, the best offensive lineman in the league, Martin Braley, just a big hunk of a man. I mean, even the way he walks is quite attractive, you know what I mean? He's not fun to play against, I'll tell you that. He's a very strong man.
He's always been a great player, but just come alive in the last few years.
He has,
at
yeah.
the Alphas.
Yeah, I think he's enjoyed himself at the Alphas. Not that he didn't at the Bombers, but I know he's lovely, man.
The winning culture, really.
He's a lovely
really
guy as well,
for him.
man. I've got a lot of time for him. He's always,
Very sad
having
when
a word.
Andy Bagnall announced his
possible
possible retirement.
Yeah, they've played together for a long time as Andy and Martin, so I understand it.
Yeah, Bagnall, again, probably, I would call him probably the best quarterback I've played with across all 3 divisions that I've played in.
And that's a big statement. You've played with
yeah.
a lot of quarterbacks, Mikey.
Yeah, he's just been. He's a player who's had the capabilities of playing at the top level.
We've got a very interesting formation here, guys. Joe Canseco. Will he be sneaky? I don't think he got there. He's in!
That's in.
Touchdown! Touchdown! Alphas! I wasn't sure, but he's in. Joe Canseco. I'm blind. Referees are right. It's a touchdown.
Yeah, seismic touchdown there at the right time, really, from the Alphas. We're looking at Braley as well, actually, who's maybe took a knock in, sort of forcing that, helping that ball carrier go in. Probably going to look as well, potentially, to Wakeling to come in and kick the extra point.
Yeah, Martin Braley with a great push there for Joe to get in.
Look at him.
Just
He's running off the field.
A dominant play from Braley. As
What a warrior.
Joe found his way into the end zone.
What a warrior.
And JP comes off the field as well. Are they going to have that delay of game, really? They didn't tell us what the penalty was for, just said 5-yard penalty.
It was 12 men on the field. Okay. So we're moving back a little bit, and Wakeling's going to prepare to dispatch this.
Also, it's a 20-yard field goal. He can make this. Of confidence in the world. It's a good hold by Sison. The kick is blocked.
Blocked. Rams seem to recover this.
He'll try to return it. Not today. Yeah. Big tackle. TikTok done. And Ryan Wakeling say, no way, get out. And the offense will take the field for the Yorkshire Rams.
It's a good block. Looking for the 2 points that they would have gained from the return. It's unlikely, though, with the speed of the Alphas offense.
So it will be 20 Alphas to 0 for the Rams. Still a 3-score lead, but the point is no good. Blocked by the Rams. A good play from them.
There we see Ryan Wakeling going back to that catch. Yeah. It's one of the best catches I've ever seen.
That's that. So
over double coverage. To get your feet in as well. It's just
last season when Wakeling was a bomber, he caught one in the end zone here on Callum Dean's, and that was the best catch I've ever seen. That was better for me. The way he had to contort his body round, he must have the defensive back, got up, had to keep his feet in bounds and make the catch, came down with it, Mikey. It was a beautiful play.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this from Wakeling time and time again. My final season at the Bombers. Ryan was in his youth team days at the Bombers. I think he was a youth team rookie, and he's a great talent.
Ref. Touchdown was good as well.
Yeah, he's been playing for a long time, and it shows. He's still a young lad, but bags of experience under his belt, and he's such a polished route runner. Great catch, very quick, and
he will be in GB team soon.
He'll be in GB, but I'd say he should even go higher than that. Go for
good
Europe.
return, very good return by number 23.
And he makes a tackle.
Good
there.
tackle. Is that Ryan Wakeling?
Yeah, I think Wakeling did try out. I think it's Barcelona Dragons. Yeah, so he's a lad at young age. He's in early 20s, so he's got plenty of time to grow. And obviously, I'm sure he'll have plenty of options in the future.
Pick 6 from inside their own end zone.
So it is a 20-0 lead for the Alphas. Getting a bit cold now here. Not cold, but windy, I should say. On a pleasant day.
For a pick 6 from their
On a lovely Sunday, we've got a few Alpha fans here today in attendance. Family of players here with Bounty Castle and Fat Fatties Burger Grill. And we'll see a pass here. It's
Blocked.
tipped.
Tip to the line.
Tipped by Campbell, who's having a great game.
Very tall man. I'm not surprised. He's been tipping quite a few of these.
Yeah, like Carlos Dunlap-esque.
Is Belka a rookie? He's not a player I've come across.
I believe he may have played for Doncaster, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Natural. If he's a rookie, he's very natural. Reads to play well.
There's been quite a few players have sort of come and gone over the off season since I hung my boots up.
Yeah, we've had quite a lot of players join this season, and in recent weeks we've seen Mike Green making his debut for the Alphas today on the pump block. Yep. Motion here on the run, inside zone, snuffed out by the linebackers.
Out again, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, this is the time that Rams need to be starting to go through the gears. We're looking early stages of the third quarter, third down already. These are telling times for the Rams. If they want to get back into the game now, you'd be thinking that these are the moments they need to click into gear.
That's it. They need a big play, Jay. You think they go to the arm of Taylor on this third down, like Mikey says. Do they go along here or do they try and run?
Yeah, well, they've got 85, who very tall receiver, sort of tight end build. He's had a few good catches, obviously with the fumble as well. Surprised they've not gone more to 23, especially on the end around. That they do a lot. They have done right now. Maybe that's why.
Oh no! I was going to say great tackle by number 34. Well, it keeps not Tyler. I think it's Tyler. A really nice play on the jet sweep. I think it's Liam Sykes on the tackle attempt, or Sean Bedford. I think it's Sean Bedford.
Like I was saying, I'm surprised they've not gone to him more. The inside runs up the middle have not been working very well.
But the outside, they are finding joy with, like you say, Jay, on the jet sweeps.
Yeah, Broad's one of those players that you've got to take down. As you can see, he can just pop out of a tackle, and he's got the wheels as well to make those yards.
A tough runner, like you say. Didn't get down. That tackle from Sean, I thought was really nice, but he somehow got free and kept those legs moving. Yeah, I've got to say, but the Rams have had a few plays like that. They're not going away. They're real tough guys. Like Mike says, a real proud organisation. We're not going to give up.
A lot of high hopes for the season, and this would be and they really need to come back because it'd be a 1-2 record.
Yeah, it'd be 2 losses in a row as well. See Taylor to throw. Oh, that's a catch.
Caught it, yeah.
Very close to the end zone, but it's not a touchdown. First down moves with chains. Real nice play on the slant. I did think for a moment Sean was in a position to make the pick, but a real nice route by the receiver. Brings it in.
Yeah, as I said moments ago, these are the moments that the Rams need to take, and they've taken the chance over the last 2 plays.
QB sneak once again. Knocking on the door. Around about the 3-yard line.
You really think they need a touchdown here if they're going to stay in the game?
They need to go all out here. I would think it's 4th down territory.
Yeah, especially with the Alphas offense looking very good on that first drive. They really need a score here to keep the pressure on. It's a 4-score game. That's tough to come back from.
Yeah, well, Mikey.
Yeah, it needs to be a season-defining performance as well from Yorkshire, because they are one of the teams that you always have in the mix of, for promotion. So, with them losing last week or several weeks ago to Northumberland, this is a game that the Rams will be wanting to win.
It's a minimal gain here, but there's a flag on the play. I believe it's going to be a false start. Good shout. Jakey Marriott on the camera.
Did a great job again.
Model professional. Future Alphas receiver.
Receiver? Linebacker.
Linebacker, sorry. Apologies, Jake.
Tom, you trying to go out?
False start on the defence.
Yeah, on Nick.
Here we now can't hear referees on the tannoy, so we've got to perk our ears up like a fox.
We're back to the good old days.
Back in the dark ages.
Nice while it lasted, eh? So yeah, the penalty there on through Tomaszewski.
It's not jet.
No, it's bad, yeah. Save again wearing. Oh, we've got a play on here. It's an outside zone. Tackled by Nick Tomaszewski.
Yeah,
making up for the flag.
That's it, Tomaszewski. 36 years old, Tomaszewski, and he's probably playing the best football of his career.
He really is, Mikey. He's ageless. He really does play the game well. Drives through contact. You can't block him.
Very physical player.
Reads out the game, and like Jay says, so physical. Just natural, not muscle strength, but like dad strength, you know what I mean? Like, probably picks up pieces of wood in his back garden to move him. That's where he's got his muscle from. Instead of working out of a gym, he probably throws trees around. Things like that.
And receivers, as we've seen.
And receivers. Motion here. Puck comes back inside on a QB sneak.
Ball going to come out.
Is the ball out? The shouting fumble. This is huge. They're saying it's recovered by the Rams. Are they? We don't have a call yet from referee. Player is down, but we don't have a call from referees yet.
Might be Loz Lowish, I think. Number 55.
Still no call from referees. They are talking it over. This could be huge.
Yeah, injury timeout.
Yeah, we've got Loz Lowish who's down injured. The defense are remaining on the field, so they're saying it's recovered by the Rams. Oh, no, the Alphas are celebrating.
Alphas turnover, wow.
It is an Alphas turnover. Wow, that is devastating. Devastated once again. The Rams drive down and don't get a touchdown.
It's the second time they're still on 0 points. They could have easily had 14 in the last two long drives.
Yeah, the Rams' offense now has got to mentally keep themselves in the game, because moments like this it can affect the morale. They just need to keep their heads up, because they've had two really good drives and have been sort of snuffed out on the edge of the red zone. So it's see Alphas with Loz Lowish down at the moment.
Yeah, let's hope Loz is okay. He's having a really good season. Definitely my call for most improved player. He's gone from a player who joined us last season, playing defensive end, bit of linebacker at the start, then moved to defensive end. And he's played so well on the interior. He just looks natural in there. A real disruptor of the game. Let's hope he's nothing too serious. And he's back on his feet now, so. No, who?
So it was we forced a fumble.
On the mic?
No, I'm just telling you. We forced a fumble. We recovered it in our end zone, so it's a touchback. So we get the ball back on our 20.
Yeah.
And they've got an unsportsmanlike conduct on their sideline, so tax on extra 35. So Alpha's ball, R35 going out.
As GM Warwick Grosvenor just told us what happened. The ball came out in the end zone, recovered by before the end zone.
Came out before the end zone. It's got to come out before the end zone, otherwise it would have been a touchdown.
That's what I said. comes up before the end zone, rolls into the end zone, is recovered by the Alphas, which makes it a touchback for the Alphas, and add on 15 yards for unnecessary roughness from, unsportsmanlike behaviour from the Alphas side, Rams sideline, should I say, and that adds on 15 more yards. Alphas will start at the 35-yard line.
That just came from our sideline reporter, Warwick Grosvenor, who is obviously our BBC equivalent of Kelly Summers.
Gaz Hughes, it was with the play, who's had a really nice game. On Jack Marshall's first sack of the play, Taylor, the quarterback, was looking at his receiver on the slant, who was open. He did beat our corner, but Gaz came down so well to make the play. Said, no, you're not throwing there. And Jack Marshall screamed off the edge and got the sack. Gaz Hughes has been all over the field today. Not really needed in some games, with QBs not really throwing on the Alphas defence, but Gaz showed today, whenever his number is called on and when it's needed, he's such a reliable force. One of the best safeties that you'll see at this level, and just a real leader as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, a great leader for the team. It's a forced fumble and a fumble recovery on 2 red zone visits for the Rams. 2 very key plays.
Go on, Mikey.
I was going to go back and put a bit of praise on Lowish. I come into play a bit of D-line last year for the Alphas at the end of the season, and obviously losing like guys like Hickson and McKenty, big losses, and guys like Lowish have stepped in, and really, to be fair, they've excelled. So yeah, there's nothing but positive words to say about the lads so far this season.
Yeah, we came into the season, our best 2 interior defensive linemen, Ryan McKenty, miss you, buddy, one of the best guys out there, and Ryan McKenty has retired. Joe Hickson is injured and is coaching this season. 2 big losses, as Mikey says. But the likes of Lowe's and Campbell have come in and just really been solid. More than solid players, they've been difference makers, Mikey.
Yep, absolutely. A few guys in the offensive line as well missing. Obviously, Paul Santa Christmas, no longer with the team, I don't think, is he?
No.
He was another tenacious player as well over the last few years. And yeah, it seems wherever Alphas have sort of unfortunately lost players for sort of varied reasons, the guys who've stepped up into that fold have been brilliant.
And Callum Deans at corners had a penalty against him, which I didn't think was a penalty. Sean Bedford with a start today has played really well.
Talking about Callum Deans, I believe he is on at receiver on the right side of the screen there.
Callum Deans is on at wide receiver.
Had a great catch in the last game we covered.
He did. Callum Deans, 2-way star now. Again, another really good player, Callum. Came in as a safety, moved to corner. Didn't initially want to play it, but he's real good player there. Show him that today. Let's see what he can do at receiver. Will Joe go to him?
Trips to the right.
Trips to the right. Here's a throw to the right. Here's a throw to Jack Patterson on a nice hit.
Good
by
hit
number
by
31.
Jack Patterson just brushing it off, though.
Yeah, Jack.
He's a very tough man.
He's a tough man. He's a
fighter.
Yeah, he's
a fighter at heart.
And Maine is in his background. Doesn't shy away. It's a good hit from number 31, has to be said. We've seen a lot of big hits from both teams here today. Good, hard-nosed football, but it's not got too out of hand, Mikey.
No, it's been good. It's been quite clean in the most part. Obviously, they used the sort of flag on unsportsmanlike conduct on Umberland in the first half. Other than that, it's been a pretty good game for. Here we go again. Canseco sliding in with the yards.
Joe Canseco wisely takes the slide. Thank you.
Not just try and run over 3 people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always going to be a physical games like this, where you've got 2 good teams full of experienced players who can execute well in their phases of the game. So he's always expecting a really sort of good game of football.
Joe Canseco with a pass. Looks for Wakeling. Oh! Ryan Wakeling did go out of bounds there. Yeah, I believe it'll be for going out of bounds and coming back in. But he was pushed out of bounds by a defensive back, which could be a DPI, Mikey. I'm not sure if he'll give that. I think we'll give it to him running out of bounds. What do we think?
I think he was out of bounds, maybe just. Yeah, we'll have to see.
For those maybe not understanding there, a receiver isn't allowed to go out of bounds and come back in unless he's pushed out, which we'll see what the ruling is here.
Keep it stay because it'll go down.
There is no flag. 83's. Oh, they have given a defensive penalty, pass interference, and I personally think that's a little bit harsh. There was a bit of pushing in there, but it wasn't a shove.
If you forced him out of bounds, though, there's not really.
I just don't think it's. It's very ticky tacky. If it was against us, I'd be mad. Put it that way.
Yeah.
But a big call for the Alphas moves them downfield. Ryan Wakeling, obviously, they fear what he's capable of, as they should. Don't see Mike Sison in the game, and not since the injury down here. Let's hope he's doing okay. Ball's out. And I believe that is the Yorkshire Rams ball, guys. That is the Rams ball, and that's a big play.
Disappointing.
Yeah, was it Jack Patterson on the fumble?
I don't think so. I think it was.
Or was it Sasha?
It might have been Joe.
Tell him to put his helmet back on.
I don't know if Joe handed the ball off there. Or kept it.
I think it is on Joe Canseco, who's fumbled the ball, unfortunately. He's had a great day. He can't say too mad at himself. The Alphas will need him, so he can't keep his head down. As we see the big play for the Rams, though, they now find themselves in midfield. Still 3 scores down.
Still in desperate need of a touchdown.
They are in desperate need of a touchdown. With how long, not many minutes to go in the third quarter.
I think you were just saying about Sison there. I can see him on the sideline clutching his arm, so I hope that's nothing that's too serious there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the injury was. I thought he was just winded, but it could be an arm injury, like Mikey says. As we see, the Rams back out on offense now. Taylor with the ball in his hands. We'll keep it. We'll go for a run. Not today!
Yeah, it looks like the complete wrong decision there from Umland. There's a little bit of hesitation. Decided to travel forward with the ball and obviously ran into traffic.
Big sack by Cam Belk, who was just all over that play. And I think Taylor might be hurt, guys. Nope, he's okay. He's just trying to get the flow. Big sack by Cam Belk.
Some great coverage as well by Kaz Deans, especially on number 7.
Callum Deans has had a really nice game once again. Great coverage, like Jay says. David Ass with great coverage as well, as with Gaz. Eli on the other side locking it down.
I can't believe we've gone through the entire game calling Davidas, and not actually referring to him as Jeff.
No. I don't actually know why he's called Jeff. Can you explain that, Mikey?
Yeah, so we decided we got bored of calling him Davidas, so we held a poll. The poll voted to call him Jeff, and we've called him Jeff for the past 8 years.
Fair. Big catch by number 12 on there.
Looks like Tomaszewski down.
Looked like a hitch route. Nick Tomaszewski is down, which is a very rare sight. Must be hurt because nothing keeps that man down. I guarantee he'll carry on playing. Let's hope.
Quite shaky on the legs there.
Yeah, let's hope he's okay in all seriousness. A bit gimpish. Might be a leg. But we'll see. Was it Sam Hens coming in the game? My rookie from York. No sub as of yet for the Alphas. Back in seat. David Asset linebacker. Ollie Dixon in the game, I believe.
Yeah, looks like Ollie.
Yep.
It's a good grab from 85.
Yep, good catch on the right into the flats. Rams are now moving the ball. Bit of momentum, Jay.
Yeah, it's a good first down for the Rams. They've not had too many in the game, but going to 85 again, he's clearly the favourite target of the quarterback.
Yep. A big-bodied guy, big catch radius.
Yeah, exactly. And he's made quite a few catches that a lot of the other receivers wouldn't have made.
See, it's a big play now a big drive for the Rams, should I say, Mikey? For what they'll be wanting to get 7 here.
Umland is handing off and
23 bounces round, tries to get to the end zone. A good tackle. Eli Roberts on the tackle. Really nice play by Eli. Stops touchdown. But they will be down at the 2, Mikey.
Yeah, he found a bit of space there and was able to get through. Obviously, just coming up short of the end zone. But yeah, another big play there by Yorkshire.
Nice tackle by Eli to stop for touchdown. Good technique there.
You can see Nick Tomaszewski on the sideline.
Chop him down. Yeah, Nick Tomaszewski is warming up, trying to.
It's a big miss for the Alphas if he can't return.
Trying to get back in this game as soon as he can. He's the real vocal leader on the defence, Jay.
Yeah, after Warwick retired.
And Gaz, of course.
Tomaszewski's got, yeah, of course, and Gaz. But for the linebackers, he's, especially with Canseco out, playing quarterback, he's the only one of the 3 from last season left.
And that's a touchdown! What a catch that is!
It's a great play.
Number 85, Eli does nothing wrong in coverage. It is good coverage by Eli. It's just a wonderful catch on a good throw by Taylor. 85 brings it down, shows his class, and that's 6 points for the Rams.
Yeah, very similar to a catch he had earlier. Just simply being taller than the defensive back. Being able to catch it over the top of him. And the quarterback recognising that and putting the ball up high.
Like I say, Eli does nothing wrong in coverage. It's just a really nice play. Good football, good fade, well executed. Got up where Eli couldn't get to, and it's just a lovely catch.
It's like they are going for 2.
Just well executed football. Sometimes as a defensive player, you've got to say, you know what, well done, it was a good play. Let's hope the Alphas aren't too affected by this with momentum. They will go for 2. On the running back, good tackle there by Colm Deans. Is he in?
He's in.
He is in. They will get the 2. That makes it now 20-8. Only a 12-point game. Still a 2-score game. But now they get one more touchdown. They're right back in this game, Mikey.
Yeah, Alphas just need to come out now, get this out of the head, and sort of concentrate on their own game. I'm sure they will. But yeah, as we said before, Rams have always got they've got the tools to deliver this. But yeah, Alpha's still in control. Let's not forget 2 scores ahead. So yeah, they just need to come out now, and the offense needs to dispatch.
For those joining us, that's Mikey Gray, former Alphas, Sheffield Giants, Lincolnshire Bombers, a few other teams on commentary with Jay Robinson alongside me, GB receiver Charlie Wilson on commentary, and you join us with the Alphas leading by 12 points. It was all Alphas in the first half. Rams had some moments. But now they score they score a touchdown in the third to bring themselves right back in this game. 20 points to 8, added the 2 points on the outside zone to get the way in the end zone. And now they line up to kick the ball. Will it be an onside kick, I wonder?
There's a big fumble from the Alphas that set up the touchdown scoring drive for the Rams. We've seen a fumble, a squib kick down the middle.
It is a squib kick, but it will go out of the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, as I was saying, a big fumble in the first half was momentum changing in the favour of Alphas, and now they fumbled and the Rams go down and score. So just shows the Alphas need a big offensive drive here to really set the tone again.
What do you think about? Obviously, it was Joe on the fumble. Do they take the ball out of Joe's hands, running the ball? Do they try and give it to JPZ and Dan Coomer and try and churn out? Or do they start throwing it? Or do they still trust Joe to run the ball himself? Do you think the fumble changes the game plan moving forward?
I don't think it should. I think Joe's been running with the ball a lot and it's been working, but they've got Wakelin on the outside, Kaz Dean's very capable receiver, and then a good backfield. So I think they need to stick to the plan as much as possible. As we see a great move.
TikTok Dan keeps his legs churning.
That's a fantastic run.
And another flag at the end. What's this one for? Has to be on the defence.
You'd hope so.
It can't, I mean, Dan's getting tackled. It can be. It could be a block in the back maybe, but Dan Coombe makes one miss, just churns through, keeps those legs moving for a few extra yards. Tag it on, but the Alphas offense are moving back. It looks like it's beyond the Alphas, Mikey.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's going to be.
Block in the back, yeah. Chippy called it.
This is not what you want to see at the moment. It's, these little mental gaps here for the Alphas. Just don't want it to punish us.
It's a momentum killer, isn't it, Mikey? You get the first down there with Dan, and when you move back 10 yards, it's a real, after the last fumble as well, it's not what you want.
Yeah, as an offensive lineman as well, when you're in the trenches and you're pushing guys out of the way and you get downfield and you're aware that your ball carrier is
Take with the ball. Jack Patterson is wide open.
He's a great catch.
And it's wide open on a coverage bust. Jack Patterson says, throw it to me, Joe. And Joe is right on the money with the throw. By the way, Joe's not a quarterback, guys. Joe's a linebacker playing quarterback. But that throw is perfect. Find Jack Patterson for a big first down. And Mike, we spoke about momentum. It's now right back with Scunthorpe.
It is, yeah. Good recovery from Canseco, showing his knowledge and showing his experience. Finding Patterson open there was a thing of beauty. And all of a sudden, Alphas have got themselves out of a sticky situation and we're into first down.
Number 23 is off the field for Rams here, the free safety. Interesting call. We've got number 59. We've not seen much of today. What will they test? Because the safety didn't get quick enough to Jack Patterson. He was wide open as we saw him. We saw him coming towards us, Jay, and it was a big catch.
Yeah, and to keep hold of the ball with a big hit, just coming straight away is really good. And after he dropped quite an easy one in the game before, I'll have to mention again. But yeah, it was one he has to think about for a long time. They're normally tough catches to make when you're concentrating on it too much. But he kept hold of it well.
I was about to say as a receiver, when it's such an easy catch for you, it's coming right to you, you're wide open.
Yeah.
You get in your own head thinking, oh, I've got this, it's easy.
Yeah, you've got. It's even more nerve-wracking when you've got a catch over in the corner, like Wakeland's. You're not expected to catch it, and that obviously brings the nerves down and makes it probably a bit more easy. But when it's one you're expected to make, then it can almost be harder.
And there's TikTok down with a run, a really nice tackle there from the linebacker. And we have I believe it's for safety who's just come on the field. No, it's not for safety, apologies. Looks like an outside linebacker who might be hurt here. Physio John Hilton and his team, along with Alphas, Physio, Sky Sellers, will take a look at the injured Ram. Let's hope he is okay as always. We don't want injuries on the field. Yeah, like I say, very capable hands with John Hilton and Sky Sellers. As we see, both teams will take a break. The lids are off as the injured Ram will be tended to. It's Mikey Gray.
Yeah, it should be interesting to know what Coach Bagnall will be talking about now. Alphas with possession, opportunity now to push away. I think another score, will be potentially damaging for the Rams. I think it's, when you go to the mental side of the game, I think as well it's... this is the time now where the Rams need to be thinking about kicking on. So another score, I think, from Alphas will probably sow it.
Where do you, Mike? You've obviously known Robson for a long time, coached by him, played with him. Where do you think he'll be at right now with his team's performance? We're still up 2 scores, but there has been sort of momentum loss, a few penalties which have killed drives and mistakes. Will he be frustrated by that, or will he just be, we're on to the next play, win this next drive? Is it all positive, or is there going to be moments of doubt that might creep in?
No, another with Alex, and he's a cool cucumber. He knows what to do. In terms of he always got the best out of me as a coach. He was always know how to speak to his players. Always know how to handle each player as well. I think at the moment he'll just be asking the guys just to calm down and focus on delivering the next play, like you say.
By the way, I didn't know that answer because I've known Alex a few years myself, and yeah, I just wanted other guys to hear it. I know Alex is a very cool coach, and he won't be fretting at all about this. We're still up. Alpha's still up by 2 scores, and Coach Robson will not be down at all about that. Obviously, like Mikey says, there has been errors, and that will annoy you at the end of the day. But in these situations, you want someone like Robson to be the game manager and to keep the team playing Alpha's football rather than doing too much and not being themselves and then making errors that way. Robson's got an identity of how he wants this team to play, and he has done since 2019, and that's brought winning football here to Scunthorpe.
Yeah, it'll be also obviously getting through to the third quarter now as well. Players need to keep hydrated. It's where people like Matt Mason come into use with passing out the bottles and making sure the guys are all hydrated. And as we can see now, Alphas are coming back out, and here we go.
Big play here on second down. I wonder how long we've got left in the third quarter. It can't be long. Second down here is a run to JPZ,
It's a wide
who's
zone.
got room.
He's got the space.
Gets round the corner. We'll get very close to the first down. Let's call it third and
Safety
3.
goes flying over there. I don't know where he's going.
And I think that's the end of the third quarter, is it?
Yeah, Patterson again with the wheels there. He's one of these running backs who can not only, some running backs can just stop, post and go in a straight line. Patterson can pick up speed on the corners.
He's shifty, loves to bounce outside when he can, but not afraid of running inside. He's such a tough runner. Just a shame, but he's not got as good hands as I have.
Another
but
flag on the play.
yeah, another flag. I think the Alphas are moving back, and they are, Mikey. Another disappointing way to a positive play, and again you move back. It's such a killer, isn't it?
It is, and to quote Ted Lasso, be a goldfish. You know, end of the day, let's.
Joe Canseco will throw the ball.
Oh, interception.
Picked off by the cornerback number 83. It's picked off by 83. Joe Canseco on the rollout, looked for Jack Patterson. 83 was there, intercepts a pass.
Yeah.
And momentum, we mentioned it a few times, has truly swung to the Rams now as they find themselves knocking on the door. If they score here, it's only a one-score game, Mikey.
Yeah, it is, and this is just how football can be at times. You know, like I say, the pendulum can swing, and so many times we see a team who obviously look like the standout team, who are having more of the ball, more of possessions, making more of the plays, but little mistakes like that can let teams in, and the Rams will be wanting to capitalise on this now.
It was number 83 with the interception, the cornerback in the right place at the right time for the pick.
I think Joe was looking at Ryan Wakeland, who seemed open
Yeah,
on the
was
play,
alright.
but just missed inside.
Looks to be zone coverage there for the Rams. Has to make the catch, nice catch from number 83. It was one of those which they talked about. We've got time to think about it, but made the play, and that is now the end of the third quarter as the Alphas defence will come over to our side of the field, where the score remains 22-8. As my little sister's ringing me. I'll speak to you later, Ella. And it's it's if the Rams don't score here, that's also a big killer to them, though, guys. They fully feel now like their momentum's on their side, so they'll be thinking let's get into this end zone, and if they don't, it'll be a devastating blow for them. Let's hope the Alphas keep them out. Mike Syson, how you doing, man?
Not great.
I've
been better.
What was it on the play here when you injured your arm?
It was this one right in front of you guys where I just landed fully on my ribs. Thought I was winded, and then it still hurts.
I mean, I thought it was a touchdown, but they took it off the board.
So they called it a touchdown, as in the actual play was a touchdown, but then another ref found holding on the same play, so it got called back regardless.
How do you guys feel with offensive performance? Obviously, 3 touchdowns, but a few mistakes which have hurt you a little bit, false starts, and are you happy with it, or is it just a case of move on, goldfish onto the next play?
We're never happy with the amount of penalties that we've got, especially the minor ones like holding and things. We should be doing better. But I think as an offense operating with a new quarterback in as a starter, I think we're doing very well. There's a new branch of players that we've put in, obviously especially for Joe, who's a threat as a runner. So it's exciting for us as an offense, but we're always going to struggle if we're kicking ourselves in the foot.
That's like you say, obviously a new quarterback in Joe Canseco with Andy out. How are you finding playing with Joe as the new starter?
Oh, the man throws a beautiful spiral. It is beautiful. So when that ball's coming to you, it's on the money every single time. Man runs around like a headless lunatic, but the ball's always on the money, so we're never going to complain.
What about your trick play, the nice little throw into Wakeland into the end zone? Well, I mean,
yeah, I've been
what
working
a
on that
beautiful
one.
throw that was.
Yeah, I've been working on that one in training a little bit. Obviously, I played QB for a number of years anyway, so I've got the trust in the arm, and I've been QB under Nick Bagnall before anyway, so he trusts me to be able to make that throw. Ryan sold it really, really well, and great grab for him in the back of the end zone.
And you play against this defence obviously every weekend in training when we train. How confident are you in them that they can keep them out and keep it within a 2-score game?
Yeah, well, that defence is just full of animals and balls everywhere. So that front seven is absolute chaos. I won't want to get hit by any of them. But on the back end as well, there's some playmakers back there. That fumble from, I think it was Gaz who did that earlier. That was a massive play down there. Huge drive, exhausted their offence, and then to just keep them out at the end of that drive is absolute chaos. So there's athletes everywhere, and it's just a case of pick your poison, I think.
Well, let's hope you're not too injured, mate, and you're back soon.
Yeah, well, I'm not moving now while I'm talking, and it's all right. But it's the movement, not the breathing. So we'll assess over the next couple of days. I'm not looking forward to an ice bath when I get in, but we'll try it and we'll go.
Thank you. That's Alpha's receiver, do it all-star Mike Sison on comms. Fortunately, injured on a play in front of us. Well, we thought it was a touchdown, but we took it off the board. But that beautiful throw to Wakeling was by number 7, Mike Sison. As the Rams offense knock on the door here. Alphas have rotated. I see Liam Sykes, Alex Bruce now in the game. Ollie Dixon in at pass rusher, a bit of speed coming off the edge. And we see Steve on the interior now. The Alphas looking to get that pass rush going. I think we know Taylor's going to throw this football. And Mikey, what do you think here? You know, Alphas, do they go aggressive with defence, or is Robson just going to trust his guys, stay in base?
He's going to trust his guys. Still a lot of football to play. We're still just turned over into the fourth quarter. I think we'll be open for some big plays here, though, just to keep the Rams just at bay.
I think this is Mike Green and number 12 in the game. Debutant here for the Alphas. And they do test Alex Bruce here. It's a throw. Offline, Alex Bruce in coverage. 85 can't get there.
Just about to mention 85 was a big threat. Obviously, Britball Brucey.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with himself, Brucey, there, but
no.
I mean, it's not a catch. And it was a very good route by 85. He's a very quick guy, as we've seen, Jay.
He's a tall man, and Brucey's not the tallest. So sort of a fade in the corner will be pretty effective, I believe.
We've seen him have a good day, number 85 for the Rams. They are going to go back to him, we know that. Number 7, also a capable receiver.
Yeah, the ball just slightly overshot there from Umland. Again, just showing that he can get the ball away quite quickly.
Those words from us a minute ago from Alpha's receiver, Mike Sison, who has joined us from the Lincolnshire Bombers. Good lad to have on the team. Real
Great
difference
play.
maker. And a lovely play from the D-line. Nick Tomaszewski, of course it was, Mikey. Who else than Nick?
Yeah, that man, the behemoth. I mean, well, you know, running out of words to describe Nick Tomaszewski over the last decade. But yeah, again, he's there. He's always there. And to be fair, sometimes he needs an air brake. It's unfortunate as well for offensive players when that air brake turns out to be an offensive player.
I mean, I know we spoke about penalties quite a bit this game, but again, I've mentioned it before. We've got to remember it. The Rams are forcing us into it. The Rams are a good team here. They're not shying away. You know, the Gidden was a real game. It's been a great game to watch as a fan, I suppose, as a commentator. Not over yet, though. Not over yet. As I see the Rams here lining up in a heavy set with 85 and number 7 out as wide receivers. Will be a botched play and taken down. Again. Alpha's defense all over it. Nick Tomaszewski, of course. David Merkulis gets in with the play.
Yeah, there was Alpha's all over him, all over him. It was a great play to have on the 4th down, like Jay just said. Absolutely swarmed him.
And I thought it was 3rd down. Well, that was 4th down, guys.
That's
that
a huge stop.
Is huge by the Alpha's defense. David Merkulis, a.k.a. Jeff, Nick Tomaszewski, the whole D-line just causing disruption. And that is a huge swing for the Alphas now. They'll try to go back on the field with Joe Canseco. I think, run this football right now, kill some clock. Maybe throw it to the likes of Ryan Wakeling.
Looks like David Ass.
David Ass now in at wide receiver, Mikey.
Yeah, this is bread and butter for Jeff. He's more than capable of playing this position. He was the leading top scorer for Division 1. I think it was the 2016 season at the Caesars. So again, he's a player who you can plug into these gaps when you need to in the 4th quarter. And we've got a guy down here, unfortunately.
Yeah, Jeff has got a very funky wide receiver stance where he puts all his body weight low and he shoots out. Very, very fast, strong wide receiver is Jeff. And just a real technician, as you say, Mikey, capable of playing everywhere across the field. So Coach Bagnall will have no problem putting Jeff in the game.
Yeah, guys like that you want at depth at positions like receivers. Gaz Hughes, people like that as well who can who can come in on D and play on the offence, and vice versa.
Yeah, you got a few guys like Joe Canseco, Jack Patterson, Gaz Hughes, Davidas Merkowitz, Nick Tomaszewski I've seen play tight end and do it capably well. You got some guys who are just football players. Looks like to be, is it Dan Hickson? Looks like an offensive lineman.
No, it's not Briley, is it?
Oh, no, it's not Braley. Is it Fear? George Fear?
Maybe. Is he number 64?
Yes, he is, yes.
Yeah, they're calling for Benyon, I think.
I'm not sure why one of their players was dancing towards that touch towards our sideline, but whatever.
It was Braley, yeah, Martin Braley.
It's Martin Braley, apologies. Yep, let's hope Martin is okay. Tom Brunt, I imagine, is the backup centre.
Yeah, I mean, this is another position that the Alphas can plug with. You've got the likes of Tom Brunt, you've got Ryan Burrows, who's got previous experience with Doncaster. You've got Joe Bradley as well, who I played against when I was at Sheffield. He was a Merseyside Nighthawks player. So you've got numerous guys who can plug the gap, but obviously Martin Braley leaving the field is...
It looks like Dave Handley is coming into the game at guard, and we'll move Joe Bradley to centre, who's a man who has played there before, Mikey.
Yeah, Bradley played in the Premier League for Merseyside about 5 or 6 years ago. He was a very good pickup, a guy who lives local to the area.
Good first snap. Joe will take the knee.
Yeah, he just looked like he slipped there, Canseco, a minute. So
I think he saw the pressure coming.
yeah,
It was the right call to do. It is a sack, but could have been a huge hit there with 3 on-rushing defenders. Yeah, Dave Hanley just in the game. Alphas do have a lot of depth at O-line. We won't have any issues there. We'll see if Martin can re-enter. Obviously a real leader on the offensive line and one of the best players on the team.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Braley again. He's a player who could have potentially played at the highest level. You find different pockets of these guys around, certainly areas like Lincolnshire, which are more rural. You find that guys will stick to clubs, but the guys like him and Andy Bagnall as well, players as well, who really could have played at the top level.
Outside zone, it's snuffed out. Jack Patterson's down, it's 4th down.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It's not the loss on the play for the Alphas. Not being an effective drive as they bring the punt unit out. It's a smart option to get a large punt there. They still need 2 scores to win it.
Clock is still running with the ball inbound, like Jay says. And we'll get the punt off deep in their own end zone. It will be his first punt of the day for the Alphas.
I think I've seen one before
Yeah.
around the midfield from Wakeland. It's a decent punt. He wasn't very happy with it, but if he can just get it down the middle now. I'm not sure who's in the backfield though.
We've got that's Wakeling.
For the Rams, sorry.
There's Alex Bruce, the gunner. It's not a great snap.
Got away well.
That should be a foul.
Roughing the
Yeah, it is a
punter.
foul. That will be an Alphas. Alphas will get this ball back.
A great tackle by Jeff
it's a
on
foul
the outside.
on-
But it's a huge penalty.
Yeah, that should be Alphas ball, guys. Ryan Wakeling was
Huge
hit.
penalty.
A big mental error there by number 90. First of all, you cannot touch the punter, especially once he's got that ball gone. You can't touch him.
Yeah, a bit of a rookie error there by the Rams to hit the punter like that, because potentially the guy in the backfield's got more than enough time to get the ball out, and there was some good yards made there. He travelled beyond the 40, so a bit of an error there by Rams.
Our coaches don't look happy with the call.
Only 10 yards.
Oh, of course, apologies. Alphas were way behind the line of scrimmage, so it still will be. It wouldn't give them an automatic first down, so it still will be 4th down.
Course, yeah.
It will be Sam Hens on the long snap for what will like to be a bit better than the one previous.
Invited the pressure.
Yeah, a little bit. Wakeling did get the snap away, get the punt away, should I say. But Sam Hens is a very capable long snapper in lieu of Dave Noble. He'll hope to I would better go with it this time around. Oh, apologies, it's Jacob Bradley into long snap. Apologies, Sam Hensett was not in the game. Alphas do burn a timeout. I feel like they won't need it as much with them up 2 scores, but a crucial play here. Maybe give some time for Jacob to practice long snapping. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we get into that part of the game now where things get a little bit tactical. If you've got timeouts to burn up, you will do. But Coach Robson will be talking to his guys and making sure that from now to the end of the game, there's no sort of mistakes put in, no silly errors that can lead the Rams into it. I mean, let's face it as well that the Rams here obviously were actually favourites. I think they were many people's favourites to win today.
Yep, very true. I think they're above Alphas in the rankings, which are put out by what's her name's Sport Tank, whatever her name is now.
I don't know anything.
Obviously, Robson knows exactly why he's called a timeout. Very, very, very good coach. One of the best you'll find. Talking to his team about the plan here on the punt. It will be Jacob Bradley into long snap. Alphas have had Dave Noble as a long snapper for all 4 years of playing, who's been a very capable long snapper. Jacob Bradley on the field. Ryan Wakeling in as punter. And we see Liam Sykes in to protect the punter. And the snap. Low, but caught fine by Wakeling. Gets the punt off. Caught by the returner. It was a very good catch. Reverses it again, and it's brought down by Ollie Dixon.
I think that was Britball Brucey. Oh, and Ollie.
Yeah,
Ollie and Britball Brucey with the tackle. I think Ollie got there first. Yes. Yeah. Saw Jack Patterson with a big block.
Much improved long snap there. Gave Wakeling a little bit more time to sort of dispatch the ball. So the ball didn't get away as comfortably as the last one. However, when the Rams guy did come up to it, didn't really get his hand on it as well as he did in the last one. So it turned out better.
Yep, that will do for the long snap. And Wakeling got the ball off. Good catch by the returner, as Jay said.
Do we have any idea how long's left?
No, I don't. I imagine around. I would guess around 6 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say around 6. Number 23 out there, wide out for.
Davidas Merkowitz off the edge here with Ollie Dixon. Bit of speed. Davidas now in coverage for a throw by Taylor. Jack Marshall's trying to get there. He'll just pick up a few yards with his legs.
Calling for a block on the back on the sideline for the Alphas.
Yeah, a lot of people.
No call.
Calling for blocking the back there. I heard Nick Tomaszewski, I believe.
Yeah, offensively for the Rams, play that sort of like went away from Umland. So he's got the legs to get out of bounds, which is what he did.
Coach Robson, not usually one to ask for penalties, leave it to the referees, but I think a few of our coaches were a bit bemused by the no call there. Looked to be a bit of an obvious one, but missed by the referees. Will give the Rams a couple yards to make it second and manageable. It's a screen pass. Good tackle there by, I believe that's number 12, Mike Green on debut.
Yep, good tackle. Screen not working particularly well there for the Rams, although I did make a couple of yards at least.
It's a huge third down. You'd imagine they'd go on fourth down.
I believe, yeah.
If they're unsuccessful, but a sack here could really.
I was about to say this is definitely
change the game.
Definitely fourth down territory. I imagine it's going to be a QB sneak, Jay, and it is a QB sneak. Keep churning the legs.
Solid push. They believe they got it on the sideline.
If they are moving the chains, it will be a first down for the Rams. A very big pickup. It is fourth down territory now anyway. They will go for it on every down. After losing that last one when we didn't get the fourth down, You know, a few times they've been on fourth down and they've fumbled twice and not got it on the third time. They really need to keep churning the ball forward. And also, Jay, the clock is running.
And there's not too much time left, and they do need 2 scores. And that is assuming the Alphas don't get anything.
And the Alphas will run, you know, they can run all day. Burn to kill some clock.
Great play.
Lovely play there to sniff out the inside zone.
Yeah, good defensive work there by the Alphas. Again, coming into that time, as Jay was saying, you know, as we're rocking on through the fourth quarter now, this is prime time now for Yorkshire Rams to try and get back into the game. A little bit of a slow start for them today, obviously with the 2 early touchdowns by the Alphas, but they've grown. They've definitely grown in this second half. It's all about trying to get this momentum edged over back to Scunthorpe.
Alex Robson called out something there. I believe he thinks he knows what a play is.
It's also good to see Nick Tomaszewski back in the game.
Nick is back in the game, yep, good eyes. There's a pass. He tries to roll out, looks for his receiver outright, catches the ball. Big hit by Gaz Hughes.
I'm not sure if they're going to call it as...
They call it as a catch. I'm not sure what's going on here with the offensive line. It is a catch. Referees are talking it over. Lovely coverage by Gaz. He did make the catch, obviously, but beautiful. I mean, Gaz Hughes today has been absolutely everywhere. Like I say, some get on broken play. Some games, like I say, he's not really needed Gaz because teams don't throw against us. But today, when teams are throwing, Gaz Hughes just shows how much of an important player he is for us. And to see him fly over the field, make the hit.
Defense number 8.
We don't have a number 8 on defence.
I'm not sure what he's on about.
Number 8 is Adam Woodall. I think we've given it on Davidas because he's looking very bemused. Davidas has had a wonderful game today. Like Gaz, all over the field, making plays.
Could that be a costly flag, though?
Yeah, 10-yard penalty. Not
New
ideal.
set downs, as they're in the red zone now.
Another heavy formation here from the Rams.
85. Out alone with Brickball Brucey in coverage.
Will be a run. Snuffed out there. I think that's Jack Marshall on the tackle.
Good gang tackling there.
Yeah, Ollie Dixon in there as well. Sorry, it's not Jack Marshall, it's Ollie Dixon and...
There's a Ram on the ground. Looks to be getting up there.
Mike Green, I think, was in there.
He's had a very good game. First ever game for the Alphas.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's played before, though.
He has played before, yeah. I think he's a player who Warwick has been speaking to for a few weeks, been thinking about joining. And his first game is today. He was the man on the blocked punt on one of his first plays.
Instant impact being made.
Will be a pass.
Got a lot of time.
Ball's out. Picked off. It's Mike Green.
What a play.
Mike Green with the pick.
We've just been singing his praises.
And that's a touchback.
Yeah.
What's the confusion here?
Referees, it's Mike Green making, obviously declaring the touchback.
They're trying to ask for a safety here, but his momentum took him into the end zone, so it should be a touchback. It's never a safety. No, he didn't. His momentum took him in. His momentum took him in. That's fine. It's never a safety. His momentum took him into the end zone. Free, yeah. Okay. Offense. So they have given him the inception. They're saying he's down at the 3 because the momentum took him back into the end zone where he took the knee, which should have been a touchback, but they have ruled it on the 3-yard line where the ball was caught by Mike Green. A beautiful play either way. Rams have lost the ball here.
Yeah, it's a little
Let's
bit.
go, David Ass!
There's a little bit of confusion there with the refs. I thought it was a touchback, but here we go.
Let's go, baby.
We know how the Alphas just obviously need to get out of this situation.
Yep.
Obviously, it's beautiful to get an interception, but when you're in territory like this, it can quickly turn into sticky water. So
I mean, you think they've run the ball here, but you've got, look, David Ass and Ryan Waking, wide receiver. Will they test these cornerbacks? It is a run for Joe Canseco.
Yeah, I think that's a wise decision from Coach Bagnall. Just move the ball, give themselves a few yards, get all the heavies behind it, and try and force over a few small yards.
I was going to say it's the 3rd time that the Rams have been in the red zone and picked up 0 points.
Yep, good shout.
They've had more big scoring opportunities than the Alphas. They could easily be leading, but they've squandered multiple chances with fumbles on 2 drives and an interception on that one.
It will be a run by Joe Canseco. Tries to bounce it outside. Good tackle there.
Over. Another Ram down on the play.
Another Ram is injured. Let's hope he's okay. There's not too long to go now. The Rams, obviously, big turnover. No points again for him. Still down by 12. 2-score game.
5 minutes to go.
5 minutes to go in the game, as Jay just says.
Alpha's clearly affected by the loss of Martin Brearley. As they're getting a bit less of a push than they have been before.
Yeah, I think it's always difficult when you've got a player like Brearley who goes out. It's very much the fulcrum of the offensive line. Certainly when you want to get those yards as well. He's so brilliant that it stops everything coming through the centre. So, yeah, Brearley going off will be a big loss, but Joe Bradley more than capable of filling it at centre.
As both teams, Alphas are off the field now, talking with offensive coordinator Nick Bagnall about what they're going to do here on 3rd down. 3rd and 10 here for the Alphas, obviously. If they run the ball, it keeps the clock moving, but if they get the 1st down, they keep the drive alive. What do you think, Mikey? Do you risk it and throw the ball to try and keep the drive going, or do you run the ball and kill clock and then punt it away? What do you think?
It's a hard one, and this is probably why I'm not an offensive coordinator. Personally, you always want to see the plays. You want to make the plays. You want to pop past. You want to get that 1st down. But certainly in situations like this, the more tactical situations, when you want to get out of trouble, sometimes it's easier just to sort of run, get those cheap yards, take the fall, take the punt, and get that ball straight down the opposite end of the field.
And Robson will have total trust in Bagnall to make this call if it's run or pass. I think those two are talking about just that right now. Like I said, total trust in between the two of what to do here. Obviously, if you don't get it, we will see a punt by the Alphas, but it will kill off a lot of clock unless the Rams do burn a timeout. I don't believe I've used any timeouts yet. I'm not sure.
Let's go, Jeff.
As we see, Jeff is in the game here on the side with Tom Coombe. Wide receiver Jack Patterson, Ryan Wakefield on the other side.
The Alpha's offense in spread.
Sasha in the game at slot receiver as it is to Wakefield. Goes out of bounds. The clock will stop, and it's not a 1st down. Not ideal.
Punt.
Not ideal, guys. The clock stops, and it's not a 1st down. Not really what you wanted, but a risky call, but it nearly came off.
Yeah, I think at times you've got to take those. You've got to take them, like I say. You can either go one way or the other. So, yeah, we're now looking at Alphas trying to punt the ball straight out of territory, which, you've got a player like Wakelin who's got a good leg on him. He's more than capable of sending this down the field and sort of putting the Rams in a difficult position. But, yeah, we'll see how it comes off.
Jack Patterson comes on and off the field. We see Wakeling back to punt. Good snap. The punt is off by Wakeling. And it's rolled outside. Davidas is there. Gets round Davidas. Oh, good spin. Davidas gets him down eventually. And Alphas will take that all day long. Oh, it was a bit of a...
Two players pushing. A flag down on the play. And they've been pushing him.
That's huge for the Alphas. It shouldn't be on the Alphas there.
Yeah, a little bit chippy by the Rams. It's good for the Alphas guy not to respond to that. Certainly in certain situations, I think things get heated, especially in the fourth quarter. But yeah, the snap much improved. Wakeling obviously getting the ball away a little bit slower than before. But the fortunate bounce took the roll, and obviously Alpha's been able to make that tackle with. I'm sure they'll be pleased with that.
Guys, this could be huge because if there's a call here, this could give Alphas a first down. They could remain with the ball. They've picked up the flag. They've picked up the flag. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything on that one, but yeah. I mean, can you push people twice and get away with it? I guess so. Referees are a hard job, so I'll say no more of that. But anyway, Alpha's defence are back now on the field with around 5 minutes to go, maybe a little bit less. Not a lot of time here. The Rams will have to throw the football. Time is of the essence for the Rams. Still down 2 scores.
Yeah,
Go on, Mikey.
It's all over to Taylor Umland now. You know, he's got to deliver.
I imagine the cornerbacks will be tested here. Callum Deans and Britt Ball, Brucey, Alex Bruce at corner. Here's a run though. Snuffed out. It's a good tackle there by Jack Marshall, I believe.
Yeah, Marshall again.
Jack Marshall has had such a good game. One of the best games I've ever seen from him. Just snuffing everything out. Huge stop there to bring him down. The clock is still running.
Marshall seems to grow every season. I remember him coming in the associate season midway through. Full of promise, but every year he just takes those strides, becoming sort of a more complete and rounded DN than he was in the previous season. Yeah,
he'll admit himself not the strongest or the quickest, but so technical in what he does. He really wins with...
Perfected his craft.
He really has, yeah. There'll be a throw. He's going to try Brucey. Good catch by number 85. Gaz Hughes is there once again. Brings him down the tackle.
Rocked him with a big hit.
Gaz Hughes in coverage once again. It was a good catch by 85 to get open, but like I say, 24 sniffing out all over the field. For me, it's him and Jack Marshall, the defensive players of the game. They've been brilliant.
Really over there, limping. It's not what you want to see.
Yeah, not ideal.
Game in 2 weeks, I believe.
I believe
back against the Rams.
I believe against the Rams next weekend.
Or next weekend.
Yeah, I think it gives a week for Brearley to recover. It's a good play.
Good tackle by Callum Deans on a throw to the flats. Really important tackle there. Again, stays in bounds. The clock is still going.
I've seen, going back to Brearley there, I've seen him numerous times in positions like this at the end of sort of games and hobbling around. I don't think it's at the...
I think that's a 2-minute warning, guys. Or is it a timeout?
It's a timeout, I think.
Where did that come from? No, he's in.
It's a timeout by the Yorkshire Rams. They've burnt one of their timeouts. That is huge.
Yeah, this is squeaky bum time now. As Rams with the first down, they're going to come out. Alphas just need to stay to their game, stick in it, and ride this series out.
I imagine this is going to be heavy on number 85 now. It'll be 13-85 for the rest of the game for the Rams. They don't have the time to run the football. I think it's a big, you know, in these types of moments, Mike, you need your big players to step up, like Gaz Hughes, Davidas, all the D-line. You know, we know we're going to get tested now, the defensive backs. You know, Callum Deans as well, Eli Roberts, Alex Bruce in the game.
Yeah, you need your big-time players. I think, fortunately, you know, Scunthorpe have a lot of these big-time players, a lot of big characters, guys who've been around at different teams before. You know, people draw in that say that obviously Alpha's been a new team, but they are a new team, but with a lot of experience pulled in, and that this is the time where you need those players.
And that's a drop catch. Callum Deans once again got over in coverage, and I think the receiver heard footsteps, and Callum Deans made sure you're not catching that ball. The clock does stop, but that's a big drop from the Rams. Would have been a nice little gainer.
Yeah, I think the Rams receiver as well almost cursing there as he dropped that. I think he knew that. End of the day, this is the time where if he'd caught that, probably have a good run in to get to within the 10-yard line.
As you can see, a personnel change for the Alphas. Davidas lining up over 85 instead of Bruce. That's a false start for the Alphas.
That's a huge false start. Moves him back 5 yards, and like Jay says, we now have Davidas. We were talking about how
putting him over 85. He's an accomplished DB.
Yeah.
Playing safety most of the game, but that is probably going to be a key change because they're a similar build.
Yep. And I'm going to man up Davidas against 85, mano in mano. Should be a good battle there.
Yeah, like we said, we've spoken before about Jeff's pedigree. He's more than capable of coming and playing this position. So it's good management from the Alphas to sort of plug in these gaps with experienced players when they need them.
The throw is the
PI call again. It's another weak call in my opinion.
Taylor throws the ball and Callum Deans is in coverage. The ball's on the throw and it's not going to get there. But they're going to give a penalty against Callum Deans. And I mean,
that is.
Was it a catchable ball?
I don't know. I don't think so. It seemed like a bit of an Easter egg from Umland. But yeah, it didn't really look like the guy was going to catch it. But yeah, these things happen, unfortunately.
I mean, you've got all the Rams asking for it on the sidelines, and the referees have given it. It's a big penalty. Puts the Rams now right in range inside the red zone.
It's been two.
Coach Robson knows what's coming. Sorry to interrupt, Jay. Robson knows what's coming. We're going to throw the football in the end zone.
It's been two quite contentious calls on Kaz Deans. He's had a good game, I think, in coverage.
He has. He's had a great game, Callum Deans.
He's been playing physical and they're bouncing off him. I don't think it's quite his fault. Maybe he needs to adjust the way he plays. I mean, if he knows the receiver's going to be smart like that. But
for me, he's running in with phase. The ball's on the throne and he's gone down. He's got a penalty. It happens sometimes, but it's a big moment you don't want to see him given. But here we go. We've now got Nick Tomaszewski says the bubble screen is incoming. Davidas is against number 27. It goes to Brucey. And it's incomplete. Good coverage by Brucey. Really good coverage by number 42, Alex Bruce.
Yeah, Alex Bruce again. There's numerous players on this team who new players over the last 18 months who've stepped up, and yeah, great coverage there from the lad.
Let's go, Brucey! There's a 2-minute warning now. They know it's going to number 85. Will we see Davidas over there as well? Davidas was on number 27 there in the slot.
Yeah, I think when it's 85 on his own, then they roll Davidas to that side. But I mean, Brucey looked.
Bruce is very capable.
Very capable.
Very, very good cornerback. Young lad.
As we see Brucey once again over 85.
Yep. Will they go to 85 or will they go the other side here? Callum Deans, Nick Tomaszewski goes deep. They go the other side. Ollie Dixon makes the tackle. Ollie Dixon. The clock still runs. That's a huge play by number 54. Ollie Dixon takes him down. The clock's still running.
Yeah, kind of looked Umland straight out to look over there. He got rid of the ball really quickly. It was great play by Dixon. Yeah. Just taking his foot away as well, and that was the telling touch that brought the guy down.
Ollie playing off the ball. It's going to be a throw.
Limping as well.
It's not caught.
Can't make the grab. Brucey playing outside, shade on 85, forcing him to get on the outside if he wants to make that fade, making it hard for the big body receiver.
Cardi back in the game, always out.
Always limping.
And yeah, here we come up.
Great fucking tackle, Ollie!
Apologise for any poor language you just heard on the stream.
Yeah, apologies.
So Alpha's within the 2-minute warning now. 4th down, which naturally the Rams have got to take.
Time out here for the Rams.
Time out, so
They have one more.
another time to hydrate with, which will bring Matt Mason into play.
It's Wayne Dempsey in for Matt Mason here.
Wayne
Big
Dempsey.
substitute.
Yeah. Wayne Dempsey taking over the water boy role for now.
Just been confirmed by Rob Barracuff. It's 1 minute and 31 seconds on the clock. One timeout remains for the Rams after using this one.
Have we got Have we got a latest score from the other game in this?
50-0 to
only 50-0 final score.
So Northumberland Vikings 50-0 over Darlington Steam in the other divisional game.
The Vikings still will be top of the league, undefeated. The Alphas play
The last game of the season.
the last game of the season, yeah, here at Quibble Park in a few weeks' time.
Will you bet that?
I'll be at that, yeah, I'll be here.
We'll all be here.
On the ones and twos, a big game for the Alphas. Robson is called for the end around here. They think they might run the ball. They tell Edge Steve Sowerby. So Steve's going to make sure to win contain here. Big play here, Mikey.
Yeah, Rams coaching staff just reminding their offense that they've not got much time. And
This is the game, fourth down.
Fourth down.
This is the game.
This is for the game.
If they don't make this, it's game over, guys.
Number 7.
Gaz Hughes is going to be up on number 7. It will be a throw. And it is caught, but is he there? I think he's short. Short, he's short.
He's short.
It's a turnover on downs.
No way.
No, we're not sure. Will be marked. Bit of confusion here.
Yeah, we seem to have this where,
Robson making sure to get the defence away.
refs just going over here.
Referees are communicating here. It's a huge call. If they haven't got it, it's game over. The Rams have no time to score 2. We're going to measure the spot. This is huge.
Get the credit card out.
Piece of paper.
Yeah,
So-
I think this will be the
so-
telling
In
game.
the game, they measured it with a credit card.
So they're going to measure to see the ball has reached the yard line. If they haven't, it will be an Alphas win. There's no chance. I mean, very little chance they can come back from 2 scores with not having the ball. The Alphas can just run out the clock at that point. Rams don't have enough timeouts. It's Alpha's ball. Robson sure of it. It looks to be Alpha's ball. It doesn't look close. And it will be the moment we'll know in seconds if the Scunthorpe Alphas have won this game. And it is. It looks short. Still communicating. It's short. It's short. It's short! Alpha's ball! Alpha's ball!
Huge.
Woo! Scunthorpe Alphas deny the offense. A beautiful tackle by the safety. I think it was Mark Green on the tackle.
Yeah, good play from the Alphas. Now we can see seeing the game out. We're well under the 2-minute warning now. Mere minutes of what? Few seconds left remaining. Are we now?
Yeah, a few seconds remaining. Around a minute, but Alphas can run out the ball here. Yorkshire Rams only have 1 timeout.
But Alpha's coming in now, and Bradley and Canseco will want to be talking and discussing just to see this game out.
Does he know?
Yeah.
So Hannah's Jack Patterson, stay in bounds, Jack. Yeah, keeps his feet moving. Goes down, that's absolutely fine. I guess about 7 yards there.
Yeah, good running from Paddison, and looks like the Rams have called for their timeout, which naturally they're going to burn it up while they can.
More time than I thought. The Alphas might need a first down.
1 minute 15 seconds. Yeah, I'm quite surprised by that. But
The Alphas can kneel it out. It is game over.
yeah, head coach Alex Robson just indicating to Canseco there just to try and kneel it out.
So the Alphas will take 2 knees, and that will be the ball game. On a huge, huge win for the Alphas. Only 20-8 in the end. Looked like it could be a lot heavier at one point. But a good game, Mikey, but a huge win for Scunthorpe.
Yeah, massive win. And Rams, yeah, you can get a little bit chippy there.
Rams get chippy,
Yeah.
which is what teams tend to do when they've lost.
Yeah, as we're saying, Chip, it's a statement victory, really.
Yep.
You know, Rams again point to their the history of a good club, former Premier League club, one of the better Division 1 clubs, and really, yeah, the Alphas to sort of be the underdogs in the game and come into this, and they've played a really good game.
The Rams will, they'll take a lot from this game. It's not like it's been dominant by any stretch. It's been a win for the Alphas, but the Rams will go into the next game thinking that they can beat Scunthorpe next week.
Yeah, especially at home. Hopefully, have a few more depth players back for them. I'm not sure who can return, but the Rams, for the first time in a while, I've seen have a larger squad than the Alphas.
Yeah,
actually.
But it's such a big win for Scunthorpe on a great performance, and that is it. The Alphas win. Alphas win. Alphas win on a huge, huge dub for Scunthorpe. They beat the Yorkshire Rams 20 points to 8. Statement win, like I say, they came in, people believing that the Rams are the superior team, but Scunthorpe showing them today why they're knocking on the door of the playoffs alongside the Vikings. And a huge, huge win for Alex Robson's team. Wonderfully coached, great performance. With a new quarterback, it has to be said. Joe's first game as a starter, gets the job done, Mikey.
Yeah, brilliant performance by the Alphas. Obviously, the penalty issues, but at the moments like this, that Coach Robson won't be worried too much about. They've got the victory. They've got a victory over a very good team. I would say, other than the Vikings, this was the first real big test. So obviously, a lot of people, certainly in the British American football community, aren't really sort of too clued up on what the Scunthorpe Alphas are and what they're about. And a lot of people would have sort of written them off as a brand new Division 2 team coming up into Division 1. And I think this proves to the wider community that there's a lot of good things going on here. They've got a lot of good coaches, a lot of good players who are homegrown, and they've obviously added to the ranks of a few experienced guys from other teams coming across. And yeah, it puts Scunthorpe in a good position now to progress. And really, if they can win next week, that match-up against Northumberland Vikings on the final day of the season will be that'll be great. It'll be like a cup final.
A very tasty affair that will be. Obviously, the first game will be against the Rams next weekend in Yorkshire. That'll be a tough game going to South Leeds and facing them. Obviously, they'll be fired up after this game. And like I said, they'll believe that they can beat Scunthorpe. It was a close game, a lot of penalties. Decided the game in the end, but Scunthorpe will come out of this thinking, yeah, we're more than capable of beating this team again. We're more than capable of going to the playoffs and beating the Vikings as well. Even with, like I said, Joe Canseco at quarterback, Scunthorpe Alphas, for the first time this season, have told the rest of the league, we're real contenders and we're real players here.
Yeah, I think this is a victory that staples the Alphas as a leading team in this division. Beating two teams that aren't as good, quite convincingly. Yeah, it shows a lot. They can score a lot of points, but beating a well-established team that thought they would win the division this year, and beating them fairly convincingly with injuries to players like Mike Syson, Martin Brearley,
Yep.
Nick Tomaszewski for a lot of the game.
Andy Bagnall.
No Andy Bagnall, obviously. No Lewis Truman. So a lot of players that may be back for that Vikings game that will be the real tester to see how far we've progressed, not only as a team but throughout the whole season. And I think, this is really set the precedence of what we are as a team.
And you talk about the players, like I say, Alphas that missed today. You know, Mike Syson, Lewis Truman, Andy Bagnall, Martin Brearley missing parts of the game, Nick Tomaszewski missing parts of the game. If they can get all those players back by the playoffs, they can beat anyone, Mikey. In Division 1.
Yeah, I mean, people will probably look at Nottingham Caesars as the overall Division 1 team at the moment.
Yeah, maybe rightly so.
I think the Alphas, though, I mean, they had an interesting pre-season scrim with the Caesars as well, and they were well matched.
And the Titans.
And the Titans, yeah, the Manchester Titans, who came here for the first opposition of the year. So yeah, it's I think really Alphas, like Jay had just said, they've cemented themselves now into a good position. I do think that they're going to be in that question, and there's no reason why they can't beat anyone in Division 1 with the players they've got. And like you've said, today doing that with numerous key players missing, it only just goes to show you the quality and depth that they've got today. The smaller squad today, it's the first time I've ever seen Alphas with a smaller sideline than another team, and to do that, it's like I say, I point to the quality and depth of the Alphas. Yeah,
obviously Rams, they'll be disappointed with the loss for a proud organisation, but at the same time, maybe a bit humbled, to know that obviously Alphas are a new team in the division, and I think underlooked by, guess everyone in the league. But I guess the Rams are like, we got beat by a better team today.
I think, there's always going to be that. I've been in the game long enough to know that when a new team sprouts up, people sort of have a bit of a negative opinion, and other teams certainly other bigger teams, will think obviously they're going to come here and feast on them. I'm not saying that Yorkshire Rams have done that today. I'm sure they're an experienced organisation. They've got good coaches and they've got good players, and I'm sure they knew they were going to turn up and have a good game today. They would have done the homework. But yeah, it's. I think really, like you say, point back to the Alphas. They've certainly arrived, and they're certainly one of the dominant areas, certainly in this region of the country at the moment.
We see the Alphas and Rams holding up after the game. For those who might not can see the final result, it is 20-8. Touchdowns from Ryan Wakeling and 2 from Joe Canseco, I believe, second half.
Canseco, yep. Again, coming at quarterback today, which was the former was in Mexico under-21 international.
That's right.
So, coming in from linebacker to replace Bagnall. So again, brilliant. I think we're going to have an opportunity to speak to Coach Robson shortly, aren't we?
Mr. Robson coming over for a chat, hopefully soon. We'll grab a few words with him and see if any players come over as well. We'll wait for that. Maybe leave the stream on for a few more minutes. We speak to Robson and get his thoughts on the win. I'm asking a few questions about his quarterback, Joe Canseco, about his coaching his defence now. He's gone from offensive coordinator to defensive coordinator, what he makes of his guys. And I guess as well, it'll be interesting to see something about, losing the likes of Ryan McKenzie, Joe Hickson, a few key players who have lost, but guys who have just come in and just, some players who haven't even played before, Mikey. Some guys who have played Division 2 and they're in Division 1 and they're looking like stars and making legit plays. And it's just like they lose players, but the system remains. And
the system,
every player just thrives in the system, and it's good to watch,
Yeah, it is really good to watch. I think a lot of people will probably look at the Alphas and think, arguably, they're weaker on paper than they were last season. Certainly when you've got sort of like mercurial talents like McKenzie and Hickson who are not involved anymore.
Yep.
you know, there's other guys who've sort of moved out of the club. I know Dan Kitchen was a very good
good slot receiver.
Good slot receiver. Obviously Tom Costello, Tom Goody, people like that no longer involved in the club.
Danny Simpson, a good receiver.
Yeah, players. Some of the players who had started with Scunthorpe or come in the early days of the associate process. There still are a lot of guys who've been, you know, who bought into the club in 2019 who were still on board. But yeah, like the guys who've come in. I mean, Ryan Wakeling was a big pickup, and there's a few other guys. Almost you could say sort of like rough diamonds, really, unknown guys who are unknown quantities who've come in and they've just stepped up to the plate, and it's been really good to see. You can tell that the team is very positive. You can tell that the culture here is very positive, and you can see that each and every single one of them buy into the product that is Scunthorpe Alphas.
I think that's the main thing. Like, I think that's why we draw these players and why they join the Scunthorpe when they, you know, there's teams in Leeds, there's teams in Sheffield, there's teams in Doncaster, there's teams, you know, everywhere in this area. But the Alphas, it's the culture that they've made, the social media presence, what they do for the players, what the facilities that they have here, Mikey. It's all part of what's made the team go from being an associate team and getting bad in the associate league to cruising in Division 1.
I think it's the product. You know, a lot of the founding members, they'd been at different clubs before, knew what was good, knew what was, you know, fairness, not as good.
Yeah.
So they knew how to make the products. They knew really, as the Alphas are coming in, market it like almost like a semi-professional soccer football team.
Yeah.
In terms of social media presence, in terms of getting a facility like this. As you can see today, probably not on camera. You've got the crowd attendance, which is always between, I would say, 200 and 400 people per.
Yeah,
per
we had 400 people at the Darlington game last year. We usually get at least 200 people here.
Yeah.
It's always good to see. And I mean, you've been around a lot of teams, Mikey. Do you see teams draw 300, 200 people at games?
I'd never seen it. I think that some of the biggest crowds I'd ever had previously was you know, playing in the Prem for Giants, and occasionally you would get that up in, I think it's East Kilbride. I think they had a little tidy little stadium, but yeah, at the moment, like I say, the Alphas are just, they've created that product, they've created that culture. I think some other teams probably don't, you know, they're happy to exist at some level. That's not being disrespectful to anybody, but yeah. But yeah, at the moment, it's just positive vibes are flowing through this club. And as
here we've got the man, the head coach, Mr. Alex Robson.
Do I get one of these microphones?
Yeah, get a microphone. Pull up.
go, Alex.
Pull up.
I do. Yeah, you see, I don't normally do a lot of talking.
You don't, do you? It's a good moment to grab you out of there, obviously. Big win today. How much did
Massive.
it? How much is it of a statement? Do you think to not just to guys in the league, but even your team, like just to show that, you know, we're big players in this league?
Yeah, I mean, we've put tons of effort in, you know, and we're a really positive team. You know, we put a lot of effort into our, you know, our culture and make sure that everybody's welcome, and you know, we create a kind of this culture of learning, and you know, it's all positive. And yeah, at very early doors, you know, you know, we set that in pre-season, and we go have our pre-season training camp and things along those lines. But I mean, I couldn't make the Northumberland game, first game of the season. It was a tight game. I was on a canoe in Lake Windermere with my daughter and my wife.
Priorities.
And Warwick, deputised for that as head coach. But yeah, it was
I did
fantastic.
my best, all right.
You did your best, yeah. But yeah, you know, obviously. We did our due diligence on these guys. We've got a ton of respect for them. You know, they're a fantastic outfit that have been in the league for a long time. You know, they've got a lot of talented players, you know, good coaching, and you know, we didn't take it lightly. And pretty much, you know, we put a lot of time and effort into making sure that we'd scouted these boys, and we knew predominantly what they were going to do, and you know, we adjusted well before the game. The pump block, I mean, you know, that was schemed in for these guys. There was just a lot of stuff, and you know, for the most part, we executed. But it was a game that took its toll. You know, we've had a few guys, unfortunately, just get a bit dinged up. I'm hopeful they'll bounce back. but yeah, on the whole, I mean, what's not to be? Yeah, I'm proud of them. You know, it's fantastic, absolutely. And this is why we're here to play these games. You know, games like this, competitive games in this division. You know, that's why. You know, we've come up through the ranks. We've put in our time in terms of the associate process, and we've done everything right. And then to come in and to play a team like the Yorkshire Rams on our home field and win like this, you know, in a really competitive, tight game. It's as a coach, what more can you want?
How proud are you, Alex, about the result today, given the fact that numerous players like Lewis Truman were missing today? You've had other guys who were.
Yeah, I mean, no, I can't. I don't put a lot of stock in who's missing. At the end of the day, you know, it's about next person up, and you know, you coach the whole team. You can't have a team, you know, like your starters. You know, and like when we first started the Alphas, we'd have our starters, and then the drop off, you know, would be exponential with the 2s and the 3s. But you know, we put a lot of time and effort into, you know, coaching these guys up to the point where by the drop off from the 1s, there's hardly any drop off. You know, I don't think we had anybody playing both ways today. You know, we had rotation on the offense and the defense. You know, when dudes went down, and you know, with the exception when it was kind of squeaky bum time in the fourth quarter, you know, we executed for the most part. So, yeah, Lewis Truman is a fantastic player, you know, and I've got a lot of time and respect for him. You know, and he's an absolute dude, and he you know, he shows up for the RAF team as well. You know, just give them a mention. But yeah, if we're missing dudes, we're missing dudes, and that's it. You can't make excuses.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we noticed today was the quality and depth of the Alphas, and certainly a lot of these new guys. As we said about some of the guys who left over the off-season, like some curial talents like McKenty, you know, Joe Hickson's obviously not playing at the moment, and then the guys who've stepped up into positions like that, certainly like Loz Lowish.
Oh, you forgot Warwick. Yeah, Warwick sat there going that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about me?
Yeah, I mean, we did point towards the linebacker core, with obviously Tomaszewski being the last player in there from that sort of that trio of, obviously with Canseco moving to quarterback, and you've got obviously Warwick retired. So there's numerous guys who've come in and they've just been they've filled that void, and they've excelled.
They've all bought into the message, you know. They've all bought into the Alphas culture, and that's it, you know. And if you get that right, you're laughing. And you know, we've had guys come in midway through the season as well, and they've been, like I said, they've been welcomed with open arms, and you know, they just get to work, and the leaders lead, and you know, everybody kind of falls into place, you know, today. I mean, like Andy Bagnall, he's been an absolute phenom for us, you know, and he's such a great leader because he leads by example, and you know, we knew that he wasn't going to be about for these last 3 games. You know, it was that was a given. He was due to have a scheduled operation that got pushed back, and we've been building up. You know, we've been getting Joe reps over the last 4 games in the run up to this, and you know, Canseco's come in and he's done what we knew he would do, and we made Jack Paddison the offensive captain because I just wanted Joe to just focus on being a quarterback, which I think has been great because Jack Paddison, who's our running back, he's our OC for our under-16s team, and they're doing fantastic this year. I mean, I think they've won pretty much all their games bar 1, Warwick, and they're knocking on the door of playoffs, so the under-16s. So, you know, Jack, as the OC for the under-16s, he gets it, he understands it, and he's putting in that culture that we have at the adults level. He's kind of streaming down and filtering it into our youth ranks. So, yeah, it's great to see, you know, people like that being able to give you know, when you've got faith in them, give the opportunity to step up. I mean, we were on, you know, and I always like putting faith in people. We were on their 1-yard line. And like, you know, some coaches kind of conservatively would probably kick for field goal there, and I was just like, I've got faith in our O-line. Let's just let's go, because I have faith in these guys because I see them in practice, you know, and you know I've learned from previous seasons, you know, when an offensive lineman looks you in the eye and says we can do this, then yeah, you pull the trigger and you get behind that. So yeah, but again, I've not eaten. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I've not eaten at all today, so like, my sugar levels are probably like.
Just last one. Obviously, we're blessed to be in a position where we can players from other teams want to join us, and we've got players who've been in the game a long time join. But what about guys who have joined the sport because they live in the town. They've been playing for a year or two. Guys like Jack Marshall, like Jacob Brown, they come up today making such huge plays. How rewarding is it for you as a coach to take these guys who have not played the sport before and they're legit game wreckers?
Well, this is why you coach, to put, to see your time and effort come to fruition. People like Jack Marshall, he's an absolute phenom in terms of he's just a student of the game, and he gets to all the classroom sessions, and he puts into practice on the field. Well, he puts in on the field what he does in practice, and then he does his film study and all of that, and those guys. They get it, and they fall in line with that kind of culture and the way of operating. And there's no, it's important to know that all these guys, whether new people coming into the team or people like Jack Marshall, Jack Marshalls of this world, they're the ones, they understand how we operate, and they check any negativity or any of that, because they've been around it long enough. And this is one of the things when you when you set up a new team, you have the opportunity to set the culture. And like I said, Jack's been there from the start, and Jack Marshalls, and they've been there from the start, and they get it, and they become an extension.
Yeah, Steve Salby,
as well.
Jacob Brown,
he's a phenom. Ollie Dixon,
Downhill
all
Dixon.
those dudes, they get it because they've seen it and they've lived it and they've breathed it, and then they can just put their arm positively around any new person coming in and saying this is how we do it.
Big game next week, back at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully...
We got to get to work. We got dinged up, so all of our dudes have got to rest and recover and get in ice baths or get the peas on, so to speak, and then we'll review the film and see what adjustments we need to make, and then go from there. But yeah, I think you count the Holton situation. I think we're 7-1. We haven't played, technically played the second Holton game, but we're, I think we're fit right now for 7-1, and that's fantastic as far as I'm concerned. I can't be.
Div 1, 7-1. Take it.
Absolutely, it's great.
Go off and get some food. Good win. And we'll see you again next week.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers, Mum. And I think, unless Warwick wants to hop on for a minute or two.
I'll say something.
Okay, Warwick's just going to say something.
What Alex said.
And those are the words of Warwick Grosvenor. Brody, do you want to say hello or goodbye?
Hi.
Oh,
Hi and goodbye.
Hi, goodbye. The words of Brody Grosvenor to close us out. Future QB1 of the Scunthorpe Alphas, a lefty, a nice little spiral he's got. We'll be seeing him.
Class of 2032.
Thanks for everyone tuning in. We'll see you. I'll be here for the last Alphas game of the season, the big one against the Vikings, top of the league, against second in the league. We'll see you then. Bye for now.
Wonderful.
Jay, how do I turn it off?